Black women, what y'all got to do is come together and use your spiritual power to get what y'all need from black men. Now, y'all look around Detroit, y'all say, we ain't got no schools, we ain't got no industries, we ain't got no factories. You know how you can get them? Let all y'all come together as a sisterhood and say, guess what? Cookie shop shut until I see 2 schools. Do you know how fast them damn schools are? You got to use your cookie power. I'm serious about that. If you say no cookie till the school is built, we won't eat, sleep, drink, or nothing. Brother Umar, you gonna take it out? Hell no. I'm serious. You got to use your cookie power. You keep giving out rewards before the work is done. And that's why a lot of black women are miserable and nasty as hell, because you failed to realize that in order to give yourself some balance, you got to shut down the damn oven and stop baking cookies every once in a while.
Women without strong emotional bonds with their father are more likely to mistake lust for love, especially when the sex is good. He hit that spot, booyah, I love you. No, you don't. You in lust, but you don't know what love is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? That lightning strike, boom! I love you, boo. Because if I'm in love with you, I know you. I know you ain't going no damn where. This lightning rod, you ain't leaving me. You could think, but then y'all get intimate, now you can't think no more. Be honest with yourself, black woman. Yesterday you knew you should have left him alone. But last night, y'all crossed that line. And he hit you with a lightning bolt. Boom! Now you can't see straight no more. And then your girlfriends are like, what you think? When you gonna call it off? When you gonna let him know you don't want to be bothered? Well, I've been thinking, everybody deserves a second chance. Boom! He hit that spot, booyah! I love you. No, you don't. That lightning strike, boom! I love you, boo. This lightning rod, you ain't leaving me. And he hit you with a lightning bolt. Boom! Boom! Booyah! Boom! Booyah! Boom! Boom! Booyah! Boom! 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 Booyah! Booyah! Booyah!
All right, welcome on inside the Good Crush chat. Thank you so much for tuning on in. We got quite a bit to get into, but this should be a relatively shorter show. Okay, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Good Crush chat, undefeated. Love y'all. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's 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 coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
All right, the FDMG Umar Johnson saga continues. Thank you guys so much for tuning on. I got to tell you, I'm tired. I didn't even have time to shave. Okay, I was trying to get into the bathroom. My son was in there. He'd be taking forever. The other one my daughter was in. The other one, it needs some work. Anyway, we're not gonna get to that right now. What's up, Avis? Thanks for tuning on in. Doctors in the business. Estevadas is here as well. I appreciate everyone. Alfreda's here. Francisca, thank you so much for tuning in too as well. Baba, Diddy, May, etc., 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 etc. Okay, thank you. How's it going, Larry? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so, and Sonia, how's it going? So what we're going to do, Gazo Princess, thanks for being here. I didn't get. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, and we're going to get right on into it because I want to make sure that I kind of stay on task. I'm trying to save some time. I don't plan on live streaming. It's just been a really busy week. I don't plan on live streaming tomorrow. Hold on one second. Why isn't this working? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't plan on live streaming tomorrow. So more than likely, we won't be getting back together until next week. However, I do have vacation time coming up, and I'm going to be taking some PTO. So I'm going to have almost a week off, and we'll be getting together. We may even do a marathon if you guys are up to it on like 4th of July. We can do that. What day? Let me see real quick. What day is 4th of July? That's on Saturday. So a week from Saturday. Yeah, if you guys are interested, we can do that. We could do maybe a mini marathon, get together for an extended live stream. And then we can get together on Sunday too. I'll be off. So we have a lot to get in. I want to get into. Thank you guys so much. I just want to express appreciation and gratitude because this Umar Johnson saga has been quite a journey. And for me in particular, because I've been at it for such a long time, I've seen people come and go. I've seen ups and downs with Umar. There's times where things are at a high, no pun intended. And then there are times where things are at a low. I was talking to one of my sons today, and I was explaining to him how Umar gives us an opportunity to learn lessons. And I said, he's a cautionary tale. I was like, you know what that means? He said, yeah, I know what that means. I said, so yeah, he's a cautionary tale. And I know we get on here. I criticize Umar. It's well deserved. I provide receipts. Okay, we get into videos. We get all kinds of stuff. We can pull up documentation and so forth and so on. But I was explaining to my son that it's also about learning what we can do better as men. And I explained to him there was a time where I struggled a lot too. He doesn't really understand that because I'm his dad, and he's like, dad is superhero. But I was explaining to him, no, I've had my shortcomings and I've fallen short many times in life. And but that doesn't mean, the lesson that we can learn is that doesn't mean that we can't turn things around. I said, unfortunately, Umar hasn't done that. So that's the thing. There's so many lessons that we can learn from this Umar Johnson saga. It's just not about the FDMG school scam. It's about, as men, what we can do to do better. And we can always do better. Okay. And I told my son, I said, I've been trying to, I said it, I'm trying to hip Umar to the game so that he can turn things around, but he's hard-headed. He don't listen. Anyway, so I want to thank you guys so much because this saga, it's been remarkable, and there's been so many ups and downs, and including for me, there's been many ups and downs over these many years. And I want to thank you guys so much for being here and watching these and being supportive of my YouTube page. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Let's get going here. There's something I want to pull up. I already have it downloaded, but I think maybe we'll wait because I have a sense. Did it download? No, it didn't download. Why isn't this downloading? Let me try one more time. Okay, there it is. I have a sense that some of the things that topics that Umar is talking about in this most recent interview, it ties to why it is that he posted this particular post on his Instagram page. I'll tie it together a little bit later on. Okay. Okay, real quick, let me do these super chats and we're gonna get right on into it. I want to try to not speed through this, but I want to try to do this in record time. All right. Sweet D says, so I guess we have to wait until August 2027 for the Frankie Beverly, rest in peace, Marvin Gaye, rest in peace, Academy to open for make-believe black boys. Yeah. Umar changed the grand opening date to August 2027, which means that he has given at least 31, maybe 32 grand opening dates based upon my research. That's staggering. And what's going to happen is that and you know this, everybody in the chat room, if you've been around, you know this. What's going to happen is that when we get towards the middle of 2027, Umar is going to change the date again. He's going to make up an excuse and he's going to change the date again. He does this. I mean, he's done this at least 31 times. It's amazing. There's people who still believe he's going to open up this school. And there's been people, I know why, because I showed that video where I break down the finances stuff and people they've been trying to make excuses for this guy. I don't want to hear all that. One person said, Umar has always maintained that he had only raised $700,000. That's not true. I have Umar saying 750,000. Also have Umar saying 850,000. I also have Umar saying $1 million. But I think what happens is that when you put together a receipt like that, that's when people who are defenders of Umar, they got to find some way to make an excuse for him. And it's laughable. Because the research, clearly the research isn't there on their part. Anyway, what's going to happen, Sweet D, is next year, around the middle of the year, he's going to change the date to probably August of 2028. Or he may even say February of 2028 for Black History Month, which makes no sense. Anyway, thanks, Sweet D, for being a member for 10 months. Daxter says, "Man, y'all foul strike again." Okay, yes, indeed. That's what he does. Thanks, Daxter. Lewis Suck says he had on a lace front. I don't think Umar wears a lace front. Okay, I really don't. Okay, real quick in the Cookie Crush chat, not to be petty, but if you think Umar wears a lace front, hit the 1. If you think he doesn't, hit the 2. Okay, I don't think he does. I'm gonna hit the 2. I mean, he might. I don't know. I can't really tell because I don't be looking for that kind of stuff. But I'm putting 2. For the sake of logic, said 2. Here we go. Teron said 1. Min said 1. It won't be that petty, yeah. Marcella said 1. Larry says 1. There's a lot of 1s in here. Jonetta said 1. Tylea said 1. Okay. Bougie says 2. Joy says 2. Of course, Black Marla says 1. Someone said it's Velcro. Okay. y'all leave Umar alone. Thanks, Island Girl, for being here too. Yeah, 2. It's split down the middle. Jimmy said 2. I'm surprised Jimmy said 2. I thought Jimmy would have said 1. Says, "Well, you guys are being petty. You guys are being petty." Sam says, "I don't know. It's kind of, sort of, half, maybe half of it. Half it's a 3. It's half of it. I don't even know if they do half lace fronts. Glue in, I don't even know what that is, Alfredo. You see me, I ain't got nothing. I can't say nothing. A lace front beard." What's up, Bridget? Is that a real? No, that is a real thing. They do that. What's up, Bookner? Okay, let's get back on. Let's get going here because we are. What's up, Black Anonymous? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. 100% real man said, "I plead the 5th." The 5th of the month. Okay. All right, let's get focused here. Okay, so thanks, Louis Suck, for that. And Louis Suck also says he looked like George Jefferson's mother in that great wig. Not to be petty, but let me pull it up. Yeah, I don't know what, and I wish I had that because Umar, he was playing the role of Frederick Douglass, and I wish I had that video. Someone out there in the world has a recording of that video, and it was a mess. And this guy, he wanted to be Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey. So Umar, just be you. You know what I mean? Just be you. You ain't got to be King Kong Consciousness and Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey and Tito Jackson. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to be Tina Turner. You don't have to. Just be you. Fred Sanford, you ain't got to do all that. Just Umar, be you. Okay? Okay, let me pull this up because a lot of people don't even know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, though. I don't mean to be petty, but I'll pull it up. Okay. Okay, here it is right here. Oh, wait, that's not it. Give me 1 second. I got all kind of stuff coming up. Real good stuff, too. I should. Yeah, Umar, just be you. You know what I'm saying? Just be you.
This message is for you, Big Papa.
All right. One more time. Shout out to Uncle Nancy too, by the way. We got started today just on a whole bunch of pettiness. So this is the thing, was from September 18th through the 21st, 2015. And I wish I had a recording of this. Team Pan African. Umar had an organization called Team Pan African. It's defunct now. It was in Rochester, New York, the 10th anniversary weekend. Frederick Douglass Resource Center. And you see how they got Umar up there with the little wig on, right? I mean, come on, Umar, you're doing too much. But here's another one. This guy. He be doing too much. He want to be Fred. And this is the one that Louis Luck was talking about. Over here looking like George Jefferson's mama. He do. Why would you do this? Umar, just be who you are. You know what I mean? You ain't got to do all this. And see, the thing is, people, people still gonna rock with you no matter what. You can scam, you can scheme. People still gonna rock with you. You ain't got to do all this, homeboy. It's unnecessary. Be who you are. Boy, those chords are cool. They're on fire. Why the hell are you wearing that crazy wig on Umar Johnson? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, Lewis Luck brought it up. That's why I had to show it. Okay, let's get focused now. Black Mara says, ooh, and thanks, Lewis Luck. Black Mara says, Umar looked like Biz Marquis in that "You Got What I Need" video. Oh, baby, you. Yeah, look at this guy. And I think that there's a video with him with this wig on too. But it didn't come up, but I think there is. Anyone remember that? I thought there was a third one that he had that wig on. It was like parted down the middle. I could be wrong though, because that was such a long, because it's not coming up under any, it's not popping. Let me try my other, is that drive even, did I unplug that drive? Yeah, I think I unplugged that drive because it's not, no, here it is. Yeah, let me check this drive right quick. Wig. Yeah, it's not coming up. I thought there was another one where it was parted on the side, like how he looks on this one, but I could be wrong. Okay, look at people. So, people in the chat room. What is this? Okay, yeah, Patriot. Yeah, Medea Tunde. How's it going, Bridget? That's Medea Tunde. Okay. Let's get going. Thanks, Black Morrow. And then 84 Jermaine says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 30 times, shame on Umar Johnson. Yeah, and it's true. That's the thing. I've been very careful about how I've addressed these Umar Johnson followers. There's different tiers to them too. Like there's ones on a cult level. You can't tell them nothing. I mean, Umar could do something extremely heinous and is caught on 4K with 50,000 people watching or right there in front of him. And these followers, they said, no, he didn't do that. So I've been very careful because some of them, they know that something's not right, but they're in denial. Some of them, they're just unaware. Some of them, it doesn't matter to them. No matter what Umar Johnson does, they're going to give him a pass. But the thing is that if you allow someone to continue to fool you, then it's not about them. At some point, it becomes about you. So I agree with this. And Umar he's lied so many times and he's fooled people so many times. I still don't get it why there are so many people. It's not even so many, but there are people who still defend him and rock with him. I'm not going to call people fools, but it's foolish to continue to believe in someone after they've shown you who they really are over and over again, and who they really are is something that is not respectful. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, 84 Jermaine. CJ says, it's interesting to watch these episodes while the World Cup is going on. The tournament and all of its cultural exchanges on and off the field disproves Umar's rhetoric that all African people are disempowered or monolithic. Yet also disproves this notion or idea that, all these so-called races are so divided, and that, like, for instance, he says all white people are racist. But if you look at within the realm of sports and international sports, you have people from all over the world playing on different teams. And I know for as an example, even in the UK, some people may think that, oh no, in the UK, all of the soccer players or the football players, they're all white. No. Or they're all European. No, not at all. So is there racism in sports? Absolutely. But in a team dynamic, you see people work, for the most part, you see people working together, and they're not thinking about what quote unquote race they're. I say quote unquote, because it's a social construct, not a scientific fact. And yet Umar, he wants to paint all groups of people, a group of people in a particular way, for good or for bad. Right? He tends to romanticize Africa as if everyone in Africa is a monolith. As if there's a such thing as one African culture. There's no such thing as an African culture. There are African cultures. But Umar wants to paint everything into this really small, tight box. It's easier to manipulate people if you make it simple like that. See? Yeah, Umar, he's interesting because he lives in an alternate reality. And it's not that racism doesn't exist. It is that racism, as Umar explains it, is exaggerated, but he tends to exaggerate and embellish things. You know, real quick, I don't mean to get sidetracked, CJ, but I didn't even watch the whole thing, but Umar, he was on Big Loon. The reason why I learned about this was because there was a woman who interviewed Judge Joe Brown, and they were reacting to Umar's comments about the court case. It just ended. It just slipped my mind. Where the high schooler stabbed another high schooler, and Umar he was on the Big Loon's podcast. And you guys I should pull it up, but we ain't got time. Maybe we get into that next week. You guys should see how Umar, the theatrics and the embellishment and the exaggeration of things, the hand movements, everything with Umar is performative. It's all performative. And he keeps yelling. Umar keeps yelling. And Judge Joe Brown, he kind of breaks down things from a legal perspective, which kind of dismisses Umar's claims, because Umar clearly he's for him it's just about race baiting more than anything else. The point I want to make is that Umar, he tends to exaggerate to such an extreme degree, you know, and he's so performative with it. I don't know, anyone see that where he's talking about this topic and he's on the Big Loon and he's just so over the top and yelling and kind of moving around and everything. It's so theatrical. It's so theatrical with this stuff, but that's what he does. He embellishes things, he exaggerates things for manipulative purposes. And yet, if we look on the world stage with what's happening in the World Cup right now, you see different groups of people working together, and they're doing their thing, right? And it could be that way. And not that there aren't people who are out there who are, separatist or racist or whatever the case may be. But I think Umar, what he does is he exaggerates things to such an extreme degree. And it's all performative. He doesn't even believe that foolishness. Anyway, sorry for going off. Thank you, CJ, for the super chat. And then real quick, the other thing about the disempowerment too, that's one of Umar's main talking points. It's about Black disempowerment. So they say things like this is Black consciousness and Black power, but really, but some of the rhetoric and enough of the rhetoric is such that it's disempowering to Black people and it's recognizable. So a lot of what Umar says, it's about disempowering Black people. And yet for some reason, there are people who hear him talk and they think that somehow it's uplifting. No, it's quite negative. I'm gonna tell you the psychology of it. And I don't know what the term is, but what it is that there's something about in certain sectors in the Black community that where people can speak ill about other Black people, and the Black people who are listening, they dismiss it because they don't see themselves as those other people. They see these other people as something separate than them, even though they're still Black people. And they look at themselves like I'm better than that. And so what happens is there's a long history of speakers, orators, even preachers for that matter. They play on that, make you feel special, but they're still tearing down Black people, right? But there's nothing empowering about that because it continues to perpetuate Black disempowerment. Okay. All right. Thanks, CJ. But there has to be some sort of analysis about that where there's a specific terminology to describe that, but I've seen that over and over and over again. And I'm talking about you go back 100 years ago with people talking Black. You can listen to audio. Even Marcus Garvey. You guys go and listen to you go listen to Marcus Garvey's speeches. There's only a few in circulation. It's just audio. If you go and listen to it, there's times where he's speaking very poorly about Black people. Umar does the same thing. All right, thanks, CJ. God's Little Princess says, you ain't got a Tina Turner. Yeah, you ain't got a million. You ain't got a Tina Turner. Rest in peace of Tina Turner. One of my favorite singers back in the day. Yeah. Thanks, God's Little Princess. Thanks for being here, too. Enterprise says, Umar is a wig man jaw. That's too far. Let's not do that. Umar in a wig equals man jaw. Okay, thanks, Enterprise. What's up with you? Ricky says, put the wig on the mustache, hit the one. Okay, he could do that. Why not? All right. And I think there's another one again. I'm gonna look for it because I thought I had another one. He had another wig on. Let me see if something populates right quick. Because people were clowning him big time. Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah. Wait, did I pull that one up? No, I didn't pull that one up. Okay, let me show y'all what I'm talking about right quick. Here we go. Wait, let me see if it's not. Oh, here it is. People were clowning him on this. Okay, let me download it. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, I remember I saw this long time ago. That's why I was like, I didn't have it down. Oh, no, I have it somewhere, but I didn't archive it properly. So let me save this, and then here, let me pull it up. So this is the third one. All right, here we go. Yep. So this one kind of, it's like this one right here, because that's what I remember. I was like, wait a minute, I remember he was in another one. This is the third one right here. And people, they were going in on him on this. Yeah, he actually posted, Umar posted this. He says, special thanks you, special thank you, Nafisa of Imbushi Natural Hair Salon for Frederick Douglass wigs. Man, that's Umar. He's something else. He wanted to be Frederick Douglass so bad, and Marcus Garvey for that matter. Okay. Thank you, Ricky, for the super chat. Black Mario says Umar like playing dress up with his struggle wigs. yeah, that's what it is. Look, especially this one right here. This one right here. This is a struggle wig. This one is too, though. How it's parted in the middle, just kind of flows out like that. I don't know why you do this, Umar. I mean, these two right here, this one is the worst, but this one's bad too. This one, it's not too bad. It looks like let me stop. It's not that bad. Okay. It is. Gee, this one right here, this is horrible. That's Frederick Douglass' hair didn't look like that. Never. Up here looking like Medea. You don't stop. Okay, let's get focused. All right. Thanks, Black Bar, for the super chat. May says the term is actually othering, capitalized. Oh, is that what it is? Let me see. So othering is a social and psychological process of labeling and treating individuals or groups as not fitting in, or as fundamentally different from a perceived societal norm. It establishes us versus them mentality, often justifying the marginalization or exclusion of the other. Okay, this is part of it. There's definitely part of it. So othering, but there's another aspect of this, and that is where the people who hear the orator disparage Black people. So the Black people who hear the orator disparage Black people, not only do they other, but they also perceive themselves to be better than the Black people that the orator is disparaging. So that's the second part of this. But it says how it works: stereotyping, assigning simplistic, often negative characteristics to a group that differs from the dominant culture. And again, this is just within the group, though. So that's what I'm saying. Hierarchy, placing the dominant in group, us, in a position of power while rendering the out group, them, inferior. Okay, so that connects right there. And then loss of empathy, reducing the humanity of others, which can pave the way for a systemic discrimination or hostility. Yeah, Umar does that a lot. Yeah, thank you for that. So it's called othering. All right, thanks, May. And then the term is ethnocentrism. Yeah, this is part of it too, because we were talking about ethnocentrism, but this would be this is intragroup though, right? If that makes sense. Is that right? Yeah, we were talking about ethnocentrism when Umar started talking about DAFA, right? He's pivoted off of that more recently, but that was ethnocentrism. There's someone who got mad at me when I brought that up too, but that's because they're into that. Okay, I'm just not into that. Ethnocentrism is a tendency to evaluate and judge other cultures based exclusively on the standards, values, and norms of one's own culture. It often involves the belief that one's own ethnic group, nationality, or culture is superior to others, leading to the perception that outside customs are strange, wrong, or inferior. Yeah. You know, it's interesting because Umar does that. He's been doing that more recently, to disparage. Like, for instance, the immigrant, the black immigrant from Jamaica, that was Umar trying to frame it that way. But the thing is that while Umar does that, he claims African culture as opposed to black culture. Okay, neither is a monolith, but the point is that it's not as if Umar is claiming, you know, black culture. He doesn't even call himself black most of the time. He calls himself African. See, so it's interesting because he's taking from another, I guess you can say other cultures, because it's not just one culture in Africa, there's many cultures. He's taking from cultural elements from Africa, while disparaging black people here in the United States of America. It's crazy. All right. Thank you, Candy. And the Enterprise says Wiggs looking like he getting prepped for. These wig situations, this is way before that, okay? Just to be clear on the timeline. Thank you, Enterprise. Candy said, Umar really looked like Marvin Gaye daddy in that. Oh my goodness. Well, that's, yeah. Yeah, Marvin Gaye's dad, he was, well, I don't know if you guys know that, but that's some, ain't no tell, because I saw this interview where they were both sitting there, and you can tell that his father has so much influence and power over him, and you know, you can tell he's almost docile, and it's from, but I think that's because his father, the way that he's treated him throughout his life, just horrible. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, he looked like Marvin Gaye's dad with that wig on. Thanks, Candy. And then Louis Suck says he probably wears bonnets. Umar don't wear bonnets. Come on now. He probably, I mean, he might. They don't. No, he don't wear. I refuse to believe that. He used to wear do-rags though. Did you guys know that? I can pull up videos where he used to have on do-rags. He would start his live stream with the do-rag on, and then he would talk for a little while, and then he would take it off. And the way he would take it off would be like real moist. Now, I don't want to use that term. Just real performative. He's like, I said this guy. Do-rags. I got quite a few videos of him doing that. So he probably wears bonnets in his mama's. I thought you were going to say in his mama's closet, in his mama's robe, and house slippers around the house, and scares her because she don't realize he recognize him. Is that you, Jermaine? She probably don't know he calls himself too far. All right, that's too far. Okay. Yeah, Umar be walking around his mama's house in some house shoes, his mama's robe, and a bonnet with his wig on. The bonnet covers the wig. Okay. That's a little too far. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And then Earth to D, then we're going to get to it. So, Lenon, that vid of Umar answering the fake phone call, I'm just realizing that's CB song, These Hoes Ain't Loyal. Yeah. How many people knew that? Hit the one. Why does the principal have this as a ringtone? Yeah. No awareness at all. Absolutely. Do I need to pull it up? How many people knew that? That the ringtone, when Umar does the SETI rant, when the phone rings and he does the fake thug phone call, that the ringtone, the name of that song is called These Hoes Ain't Loyal. If you didn't know that, hit the 2. Let me pull it up. Yeah. Yeah, this the SETI rant, this is in my opinion the worst video that Umar Johnson has ever done, and that says a lot. Okay, because I've seen most of them. That says a lot, and he has so much content out here in these internet streets. So this is the SETI rant right here. Look at this guy.
Peace and love, black families. The Prince of Pan Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. We live and direct.
Now, I'm just going to skip this to a part randomly. Watch this.
You get 7, I get 7. We'll get the big brother, Malik.
Malik.
Malik Shabazz. He can moderate it. I ain't talking new Black Panther Malik. I'm talking about the brother Malik Shabazz out of Detroit. Because niggas was hating, and they knew once I got to the stage, it'd be a rap for you niggas. And
this guy's such a phony. Anybody remember this? Hit the 1. I'm just skipping through.
With a Napoleon complex because he only 5 feet tall. Nobody think about you, nigga. Don't you ever
This
speak
guy.
my name in vain. Don't you ever speak my name in vain. I'm talking to you, SETI.
Okay, damn. Look at this guy. This guy, this is the worst video. And I can't even play no more than that because this video get demonetized right away. This guy dropped M-bombs, F-bombs. You know, one time the B word, he said, you probably look like a mannequin, B. I said, a mannequin? What is that supposed to mean? Yeah, MP Fran says, I forgot why he's mad. No, he was mad because SETI had called him out with the school scam and called him out for running through these women in the Black conscious community. And Umar, he went off. Okay, but let's get to the phone call because this goes on and on and on to the break of dawn. You know, I have a version of this where I beat all this out. Where's the phone call? I can't remember when the phone call took place. I thought it was like around the 20-something minute mark. It might have been later. Let me see. Yeah, he was so mad. He was going off. Oh, wait, I think that's it right there. Let's see.
Really? Say that shit to my face. Say it to my face. All you doing is regurgitating what other people didn't have to say.
Yeah, anyone remember what the timestamp was on this? Let me know in the chat room. I'll look in there right now. This looks like it right here. Let me see.
I'm really hoping you join us in San Diego.
And then he would just flip into the professional mode. He would go off and then he would just flip right away. Yeah, Ade, was he in the struggle motel?
Because we need these chapters, brothers and sisters. I know church didn't made y'all serious about helping our parents.
Oh, wait. I think that, wait.
Now.
I think it's right here. Yeah.
9858, the last hour debate. You don't want to go there with me off. I'm broke as shit now. You ain't. So I had a little respect because out of all of you've been on that wet shit. PCP, leave that shit alone. You will. Did I hear you say I'm working with you?
I'm sorry, this video gonna get demonetized, but that's okay. I want to find this part where the phone rings. Here it is. There it is right there. Here we go. Watch this. Here we go. Here it is.
In pain, that's not gonna get it done. I know the conscious community got y'all lazy. Or they running around this intellectually masturbating old ass information. Like Papa Smurf. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. You feel me? Hold on. Yeah. Nah, I got this. So that Papa Smurf thing ain't gonna work.
This guy, it's at the 24-minute mark. So for future reference, let me play it again.
Or they running around this intellectually masturbating old ass information. Like Papa Smurf. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. You feel me? Hold on. Yeah. Nah, I got this.
And then he gaslights like it didn't happen. Look.
So that Papa Smurf thing ain't gonna work. You feel me? Conscious community is like church. You gotta think.
Man, this guy, he way off his rocker. I mean, he does the fake phone call. Ain't nobody on the phone. And he's talking to nobody, trying to act like a thug. And then the phone ring, and he just plays it off like that didn't just happen. But the point is, Earth to D is saying, this is the video of Umar answering the fake phone call. I'm just realizing that CB song, These Hoes Ain't, yeah, that's what that song is. It's a song called These Hoes Ain't Loyal. And he's supposed to be a principal, right? There you go. Thanks, Earth to D, for the super chat. And then CJ says, tonight's game, take a drink every time Lenon says house shoes. I'm not going to say it again this live stream, okay? Yeah, I don't know that when I said that back in the day, because Umar had these guys on the roof, and one of them had on some house shoes. I just said it again. They had somebody that had on some house shoes. I kid you not. He had on some house shoes. The other one had on some M1s. These were supposed to be the guys up there looking at the roof. I kid you not. I can pull up the y'all think see what y'all think I'm playing. Let me do this, then we're gonna get to the main video. Let me see. Here we go. I got it archived. Umar Johnson, House of the Shogun. He was at the House of the Shogun? When was Umar at the House of the Shogun? Yeah, this is the video right here.
Umar will land.
Yeah, remember under this vinyl?
Here we go. Watch this. Well, y'all, he said you can get a deep fryer at the restaurant store. So y'all see it. Watch when it's about to come up. Here we go.
So it's going through the wood.
So, and then whatever else.
Well, they separate the grease.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Covering under this vinyl?
That's wood under there.
That's why we saw the wood ceiling.
Right.
So it's going through the wood.
Right, okay, so that's.
See all this? That's got to be paired up over there because it's leaking in that room over there.
So all you got to do is come up here and mark a couple spots.
Right.
And then come back with the stuff to do it.
That'll work.
We on top of the FDMG roof right now. I've never been up here.
Oh, he's going to hold right here and shoot them with.
Yeah. Yep.
See him grazing on that gum? He be grazing. Look at this guy over here with. Yep. See him grazing? So one of them got on some basketball shoes. That's this Umar right here.
So that ain't how they did that.
Look at this guy.
Look right here.
Look, he got on some house shoes. I'm not getting up on no roof with some house shoes on. It's not going to happen. Look at this guy.
That little hole.
That little hole?
Yeah, that little hole is there. All it works.
The other one got on some, I don't know, they BKs or something. We couldn't wear those back in the day.
That little hole.
What kind of shit? They look like some BKs. Do you want to take a guess on them? I just say it's some N1.
See, that's.
I know there's got to be somebody in the chat room who recognized these shoes right here. So there's got to be some. You got on some struggle slippers. LA gear? Maybe it might be LA gear. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's some BKs. I shouldn't say that. yeah, right on the roof. What's wrong with BKs? We used to call them blood killers. That's why we couldn't wear them. Not where I was from, but the school I went to, we couldn't do that. And if my cousins, if they caught me in some BKs, boy, they would beat me down. I couldn't do that. Yeah, did you see them house shoes? What's up, Jimmy Jamboree? Umar got a flip-flop contractor. What's wrong with BKs? I don't understand why everybody tripping on the BKs. Somebody said they're called Bobos. You guys are too much. Blacktop Reeboks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, at first I thought there was the pumps. You remember the Reebok pumps? That's what I thought it was at first. Anyway, those are Hakeem's. Those are Shaq's. I don't know. I have no idea. You guys are crazy. Somebody said they're Stephon Marbury's. Oh man. Okay, let me get out this chat room. Let me get out this chat room. You guys are crazy. Oh man. Yeah, y'all remember Payless? I don't think Payless exists anymore, but you can get some cheap shoes at Payless. Yeah, those are some Air Umars. if Umar had his own shoe line, what would it be called? Okay, let me get out this chat room. Let me get out this chat room. Okay. Who got us blown off anyway? Somebody got us blown off. It was CJ. CJ did it. Okay. All right, let's get going here. Thank you so much, CJ, for super chat. You guys are the best. Speak your speech. That's what Umar said in the set he read. He said, speak your speech. What was your favorite line, the kicker said, what was your favorite line from the set he ran? My favorite line was with Umar. He said, you probably look like a mannequin, bitch. I said, what is that supposed to mean? Okay. Yeah, that jacket. Yeah. What's up, Giannis? Okay. Those are those BKs. I wonder if I could take a screenshot of this and see if I can find it. Have the Google AI. Let me see. I'm gonna do it just here. Okay, but we're gonna get going. Let's get going, Matt. We gonna get folks. Thanks for all the super chats. Y'all hilarious. Okay. Let's get back to it. Thanks for all the super chats. Yeah. Umar said, I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm sexy with mine. He sure did say that. He said, I got a little gut, right? I got a little belly. I got a little gut. But I'm sexy with mine. I'm comfortable in my skin. He's so funny. This guy's hilarious. I can lose the gut, but you'll never be 6'3". Yep. Hey, Pan African heirs. Yeah, those are the Pan African heirs. Okay, let me get out this chat room. Yeah, he said, Macho Man said he's savage. He sure did. Okay, I got this. All right, let me get out. Let's get to the main video now. Boy, we've been cutting up. Yeah, I can tell. He don't know how to play the dozens at all. Because when I was watching that city rant, I said, what are you trying to say? Anyway, yeah, that rant, well, shout out to Certain Event. That rant is it's a classic, and it's the Umar's most egregious video. And if any of y'all have never seen it, go watch it. Okay, just be ready. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I'm sexy with mine. That's what I be telling my wife sometimes. She's just like, okay. All right. Okay, let's get to the main video. We're gonna pick up where we left off yesterday. Shout out to everyone inside the Cookie Crush chat. Well, you guys are hilarious. Well, got me sweating. Okay, so we're gonna pick up where we left off yesterday, and I think this is Umar's most recent video that's appeared online, and he's being interviewed by these Latino brothers. So we'll pick up from yesterday. Here we go.
And long before the ancestors send me the 2 queens that I need to finish this work. Because if I had a wife before 2010, when I blew up out of nowhere, Chicago and New York, it was like magic. It was miraculous. If I already had a wife in place, I know I would be so much further along in my mission that I am now. When you're serious about this,
he be telling some stories. He's so performative. There's a term for that too, a psychological term for people who are like, I always forget that term. But Umar, he fits the bill. By the way, there is a poll question. Are you surprised that Umar Johnson lies so much? 10% said yes, 90% said no. Make sure you get your vote in during this live stream. Our goal for today is 400 because we won't be having a long live stream. Also, Mike said they cut them sneakers off the power the power lines. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna see if I could identify, if Google can identify those sneakers. Okay, it's no, that's not. They're looking, it's focusing on the socks. We want to focus on the sneakers. Okay, let's see what it says. It's searching right now. These resemble Nike Air Barclays. Oh, Posit Max Premium QS Area 72 sneakers feature a unique pattern upper and vinyl. Okay, so let me look up Nike Air Barkley. But there's also what they call the Area 72. Let me see. Yeah, they kind of look like those. Yeah, those might be them. Yeah, I think those are them. Those are Nikes.
It was the step on the rock.
They look like them, but I don't think that they are.
See, that's
Yeah, I don't see a Nike symbol on them.
like if you was
No, but they do have that circle on the front. Yeah, I think that is it. They're called Barclay Posit Area 72. Yeah, that's what these are. Yeah, because there's an alien logo thing on there. You see it above the shoelaces. There's that circle where there's a green alien figure right there. Thanks, Mike, for the super chat. Yeah, that's what these are. You can get them on eBay for $135. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Thank you for all the super chats. Let's get going on this main video, everybody. Here we go.
Like I am, you see firsthand how not having a trusted mate in your queen really hinders your progress.
I appreciate you sharing that with us.
You know, hearing you talk about that, so that's something that's big for me. I've been with the same woman. It's my first girlfriend, actually. I'm 33 years old.
No, congratulations. That's cool.
And I wouldn't be where it is that I'm at today without the just constant accountability, being able to lay my head to sleep at night, knowing even if the world's against me, I got one in my corner, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I could have.
Yeah, Umar, cut it out because you ain't got none. You got randoms, and then none of them in your corner. You talking about? Yes, sir.
Put it more into words. And I hope you find that black queen or your two queens. I hope you find your two black queens.
Yes, sir.
Well, I have a video of Umar talking about 4. Remember? Hit the 1. No, hit the 4. Y'all remember that? We covered that. Was that yesterday? Umar was talking about you're going to have 4 queens. One of the queens is the queen. The other one's the wifey. The other one is I can't remember what the other one was that's below that. Then the last one is the baby girl. But there was another but there was another one too. I can't remember what it was. Anyone remember what it was? There was the wifey, the queen, the baby girl, and something else. And he was talking about how he wanted 4. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Baby girl was 3. Yeah, that was one more. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, he talking about 2. No, he was talking about 4. Oh, let's keep going. Black Mario, stop it. Don't do that. Oh, yeah. So wife. Yeah, that's what it is. So there's queen. That's at the top. There's wife. There's wifey, and there's baby girl. That's what it was. If memory serves me correctly. Yeah. So that's what Umar, he was talking about, that black men, that they gotta have. And I was like, man, this guy, you ridiculous. You know, Mama called, you can't keep 1. You talking about? You go goofy. Yeah. We covered that Black Anonymous. We covered that yesterday. You want me to replay it? All right, let me pull it up. Because that's people need to see that. That goes to show you how much of a deviant Umar is. Let me get into my notes here. Yeah, and I'll look up baby girl. That's what it's going to come up under. Oh, not baby girl. What do you say? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, baby girl. So this is from 2011, and this is the first time he talked like this though. Because I have something else. I have another video where he's talking like this. So let's go to 2011. 2011 and message to the black woman. Yeah, I do a full breakdown of this in the documentary because this is another egregious video if you guys haven't seen it. Because he grooms these women throughout. Yeah, we'll pick up at the 30-minute mark. Here we go.
I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of educated black men are domestically oppressive, and they believe they got a right to be oppressive because of their education and their looks. Are y'all with me?
Okay, this is Umar projecting because of his education, and then he really believes that he's like the prize. You know, he's like conceited in this way. That's one thing about Umar. That's why he's so infatuated with his looks. He'll get online and he'll be doing like this with his beard, or he's looking into this and looking at his hair, with on the camera, this kind of thing. That's a narcissist. That's a narcissist. So that's him projecting right here.
You better be careful. Treating you like a 5-year-old girl. And these men also tend to be very narcissistic. And some of y'all put up with it because he's cute, or he got a nice car, or a good
See, he's talking about himself. He ain't got no car, though. He may have had one back then.
job. But is it
Did Umar have a job? No, he wasn't working at this time, but he was still pretending as if he's a school psychologist. He's interesting.
worth the damn pain? Being single is no excuse for raising undisciplined children. We talked about passive aggressive and balanced parents. You want to be balanced. ADHD is absence of daddy from the home disorder. Did I skip one? Staying married
For the sake of the children.
Yeah, y'all hear the babies in the background? This is sad.
I have no problem with any of you who choose to stay married.
Listen, I feel bad for these women in here. I mean, they're a lot older now. This is 2010. That's 16 years ago. But man,
Married for the sake of the children. I have no problem with that. But do me a favor. If you stand married for the sake of the children, make sure the children aren't suffering because you're trying to save face to the community. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? I got people right now, I'm like, look, this is not working. Your son is coming to school crying. Your daughter writing letters talking about something she wanted to hurt herself. And y'all staying married because you both Christian and that's the way it's
he's making this up on the spot.
supposed to be. So the children got to catch hell so y'all.
Yeah, it's likely that these kids done graduated by now. In the background. Yep. Dominique. Yeah, you're right.
To save face at that mega church y'all belong to. Are y'all with me?
Look at this guy right here. He coming in with the red. That's Pimpy Poo. That's his name, Pimpy Poo. See, because they was running this game on these women right here, grooming them and shit. Scandalous. Look at it.
I totally respect people who stay together until the students go to college and then they separate. I respect it. But don't do it at the expense of the children's emotional health. If that man is beating on you, cursing you out, whipping your son up like that, so much so that DHS got to come out, that's a man you need to leave.
Yeah, that's Umar projecting right here. So interesting.
Before he kill you, and then you will be separated. Here we go. Many men have 4 women in their life.
Here he go right
Some
here.
of them got 1 woman and they happily with that one. I totally reject the notion that black men cannot be satisfied by 1 woman and can't commit to only 1 woman. Okay?
Okay, it's interesting because I have other videos where he's saying that it's not in the black man's nature to be monogamous. That if you're an alpha male, you're going to have many women. So he's contradicting himself here. But the thing is, he's saying this because he's trying to make it appear as if he's that type of man in front of these women. In point of fact, he ain't nothing but a male hoe.
But if you want the honest truth is that a lot of brothers tend to have a 4-woman rotation.
Okay, how many people in the chat room, because he says a lot, how many people in the chat room know of a lot of black men who have a 4-woman rotation? I don't know anyone. And I'm 50. I've been around for a while. See, he said he's just doing this. This is grooming. He's grooming them for this shit. That's what he's doing. He wants to present himself as if he's a 1-woman type of man, but he's grooming them with this by saying, it's like it's normalized. He knows a lot of men who have a 4-woman rotation. If you got a 2-woman rotation, you got too much time on your hand. And you a freak, you P. Diddy type. Because if you're a real man, you ain't got time for all that. A 1 woman is enough. You ain't got time for all this other stuff going on. And if you got kids, you definitely ain't got time. I run around with these kids today, boy. My wife came home. I said, she said, "You okay?" I said, they tested me. It's not that bad. My son got his braces off. But we had to go to the dentist, and I thought that was going to be it. They took him off, but then they said he got to come back to get the what do they call those things? You know what I'm talking about? After you get your braces off, and I said, well, can I come back next week? They was like, no, you have to come back today. So I had to go back, and it's a distance because we want to keep it where he first got him. Yeah, a retainer. That's what it was. Anyway, I go on. This was one of those days. But the point is that if you're a real man, you ain't got time for all that. let alone 2, 3, 4. You know, it's just too much. If you got children, you ain't gonna have no time. If you got a job, and for me, I got a job and I do YouTube a little bit less than part-time, but I spend quite a bit of time here on YouTube. I ain't got time for all that. But Umar, he's trying to normalize it, but that's part of the grooming. And then now watch how he breaks this down though. This guy, he's sick.
Or less. Okay? First there's the wife. This is the one he married 10 years ago. Don't know why he did
Okay,
it
the
now,
wife
he
is
married
number
10
one.
years ago. You got the ring on. Okay? Then there's the wifey. Who's the wifey? The wifey is when the queen and the wife are not acting right. She the number one contender to become the wife or the queen. You feel me? The baby girl, that's the one he can have a good time with without any talk of commitment. This usually is his source of comfort and peace of mind. They tend to be good friends, but she'll never get up here. Who's number one in his life? The queen. The problem with the queen is he lives for the queen.
Oh, so the queen is number one.
He rides for the queen. All he think about is the queen, but he is not that important to her.
He ain't talking about nothing. And they're like, woo, women, you gotta stop it. He ain't talking to nothing. He ain't saying shit. He just running his mouth this month. He said, wife, a wifey, a baby girl, and a queen. But the queen is on the top somehow. I don't get it. Are you married to the queen? Maybe you're not married to the queen. You married to the wife, not to the wifey, because the wifey's trying to get that next spot. Then you got the baby girl too. This guy. No, really, it's not feasible. You know, it's simply not. Okay, if you're a man and you got a gang of women like that, either you a hoe, or you got too much time on your hand, or both. This month.
I'm gonna give it to you again. You got the wife. This is the one I married 10 years ago, right? I don't know why though. All right. Then I got the wifey. The wifey is the number one contender. If I do get divorced, she
this is some bull job.
Might get married. If the queen leaves me because I want the queen more than the queen wants me, I'm chasing her around, but she really don't want me. That's part of the attraction.
What is this guy talking about?
Okay, then the wifey could end up being the queen or the wife, but she's in the number one contender spot, and she cool with that. She gonna wait her time.
Cause you the prize? What kind of man thinks like that? That's all I know. Umar ain't never been in no real relationship with a real woman. He be dealing with these randoms, these flim flam floozies.
She may get it, she may not. And then there's the baby girl. The baby girl might want to move up, or she might like where she is, because when he's with his baby girl, all they do is have fun. And it ain't just sex. They go out, they have a good time, they good.
Man, even the language, boy. This
friends.
Guy.
She's his baby girl.
What in the world?
You understand? But the point is, the wife ain't really threatened by the baby girl. She's threatened by the wifey. But what she failed to realize is, although he's sleeping with her, he wish he was sleeping with his queen.
Huh?
The question ain't whether you married to a man. The question is, are you his wife and his queen? That's the question. Okay?
What?
Wife, that's the paper from City Hall with the ring on your finger, but are you his queen? Does he ride out for you? And I'm going to say this to you black women, and I want you to think about it, because I'm talking to you like I talk to my 6 sisters.
Here he go. Cut it out.
When you know that your man is cheating, and I got this on the slides, but I'm going to go to it right now because it's urgent.
It's not urgent. Stop.
You find out your man is cheating, the first thing you're supposed to do is nothing. Listen to me. You're supposed to do nothing until you calm the hell down and decide. Let me get a drink of water.
He's so performative and sassy. Yeah, so this is Umar. Yeah, I guess it's his philosophy. He was sitting in he wasn't living in mama closet, but he was probably sitting in that filth at his apartment back in the day in 2019, before he got evicted up out of there. And he was sitting in there, and he was like, okay, how many women I want? I want 4. Okay, I gotta define them. There gotta be a wifey, there gotta be a queen, there gotta be a wife and a baby girl. Okay, now how do they relate to each other? And he's sitting in there. He probably had one of them notebooks, opened it up, and was writing with a pencil. Just backwards. Umar's backwards. All right, so there it is. Enterprise says, Danzo SOS, some of the saddest glazes. No, they do. Listen, I don't use that term normally, but kids be using it these days. But that's what they talk like that. So that's why I said that's what they doing. They're glazing Umar. And they ain't the only one. There's other people that be glazing him too. Oh, Big Papa, you're so wise. Cut it out. Thanks, Enterprise. What's up, James? Says homosexual men like. I don't even know what that means, but we gonna leave that right there. Okay. Let me go look. Now, let me not look that up. I ain't looking that up. Thanks. Shout out to James. East Point says, how does Umar expect to find two women at the same time with no car? With no car. Yeah. I don't know. Umar, he said maybe Umar can ride a bike. He probably got a scooter. He probably got a pink scooter. I kid you not. Umar got a pink scooter. He be scooting down the street looking for these two queens. You want to ride? You want to ride, baby? I'm gonna tell you something, Umar, right now. A woman ain't gonna want to ride with you on your scooter. It's not even an electric one. It's one you push with your foot. They're not gonna want to ride on that, Umar. So we're gonna need you to get a job, and we're gonna need you to get your own place, and then we need you to get a car. Or get a car, then first get a job, then get the car, and then get your own place. Move out your mama closet. And then maybe you might have a chance of getting a good woman. But let me stop. I think East Point. Yeah. Umar, he rents cars with donation money. And he's been doing that for years. Listen, my research shows that Umar he's owned one car. That's what my research shows. Now, is it possible that he's had other ones prior to that? I would like to think so. But I do know this, it's got to be close to a decade now. Umar hasn't had a vehicle. He just rents cars. That's why you'll see him. You can go back. He'll be in a different car every single time. Sometimes he may get the same rental car, but most of the time he has the same rental car. I mean, so he has a different rental car, and he doesn't have a job. So how does he get those rental cars? He gets it with the donation money for FDMG. Yeah. All right. Thanks, East Point. User Device says Umar don't drive Uber, but okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, 225. All right, let's get going here. Okay, we got to make some progress. I was supposed to have a short show. We got about 800 people in the building. If you're enjoying the show, hit that like button. Our goal is 400 likes. And the poll question is, are you surprised that Umar Johnson lied so much? 10% said yes, 90% said no. Okay, let's get going here. By the way, the Lakers, they signed Austin Reeves to a max contract. It was for 4 years, not 5. So that's a huge development for the Los Angeles Lakers. The next thing is to see what they do with LeBron. Hopefully he resigns, and I hope he plays for another 2 years, because that would be awesome. We'll see. Okay, let's get going here, everybody. Here we go.
It's before the school, bro. I don't want you to wait for that, because man.
Yeah, here you go, Enterprise. Here he go with the glaze. I don't want it to be. I want it to be before the school, because the school is coming, and we want you to have love, Umar.
Man stands in the way of that. Man stands in the way of that. And I don't want you to wait for that. I hope it's but whatever's God's will is always going to be God's will.
No, well, you can say that, but if you ain't right, works without faith, faith without works is dead. Okay. So you got to put the work in on yourself, and not be a male flim flam floozy. Okay. A flim flam bluesy. We call you that for the men.
The other thing you spoke about, Dr. Umar, is something it's new to me, and that's fatherhood. I can't even talk about fatherhood without smiling. And
here he go. Umar's a deadbeat.
This is a growing man's podcast, and we talk about the things.
Well, if that's the case, why do you have Umar's ass on there? He's not a man. He's not a father. Last year, his daughter came out and exposed him as a deadbeat. He got at least 3 baby mama.
That we should be talking about as men that we often don't. And one of the things is the heaviness that comes with being a father. So I was excited to get to this portion of the conversation, because when I researched, I saw you were a father, and I was like, all right, cool. He's building for something.
Okay, what fucking research are you doing, sir? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm starting to think that these Umar Johnson glazers are stupid. Because if you did cursory research, minimum research, did I get that right? Cursory cursory research, minimum research, you would realize very quickly that Umar Johnson is a deadbeat. So what are you talking about? Is he pretending? Maybe you're just saying that to glaze Umar. Are you trying to, stroke his ego or some shit? Because most people know that Umar Johnson is a deadbeat. I can pull up the receipts and prove it right now. We can look at his child support docket. We can look at the fact that his daughter came out and exposed him as a deadbeat last year. We can even look at Umar Johnson's own words where he's talking about when he abandoned his daughters. I have it on my timeline. So what are you talking about? And if you are a father, you should, and you know what that means. You shouldn't be saying some shit like that about Umar. I know you're a father. What are you talking about? I'm talking about if you're a real father, you should know better, homeboy. So like I said, I don't know what the fucking type of research you've been doing, but I'm starting to think that these Umar Johnson glazers are stupid so that when they do their so-called research, they think something that ain't really the truth. I'm offended. I'm offended by that, homeboy. Real talk.
So I was excited to get to this portion of the conversation because when I researched, I saw you were a father. And I was like, all right, cool. He's building for something.
He's not.
Something different. You're a single dad, man. And I know that's not easy.
What are you talking about? He's a single. What in the... Listen, I ain't got nowhere to walk. Next week, I'm going to be downstairs for sure. Next week. Yeah, Patriot, is he joking? Is he trolling me? I think he's trolling me. Let me calm down. Yeah. He said, I know you're a single dad. What the fuck are you talking about? Umar don't even have his own place. He don't even deal with his kids. What are you talking about? Man, this guy, I know, that's what I'm saying. He has to be trolling. There's no way. He seems well-spoken, and I don't necessarily mean that the person is intelligent, but he seems well-spoken. But he's saying some things here that I've never heard. I know that you're a father and you're a single father. What? ¿Por qué, amigo? ¿Por qué? Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to be. Yeah, or rage baiting. Maybe he said, I know Lenon. That's what he's called. Lenon. I know Lenon. He's going LenonHonor because they wouldn't pronounce the H. I know LenonHonor. He's going to be watching, so I'm going to say some shit that I know is not true just to piss him off. That's what I think. He's rage baiting me. One of my sons be doing that to me. And then he starts smiling. I said, what? I said, boy, stop playing. He thinks it's funny. All right, here we go.
And we talk about the things that we should be talking about as men that we often don't. And one of the things is the heaviness that comes with being a father. So I was excited to get to this portion of the conversation because when I researched, I saw you were a father. And I was like, all right, cool. He's building for something different. You're a single dad, man. And I know that's not easy. You're a single dad to grown women too, almost at grown women's age. And then the other one is, you said 20.
Okay, now you're really talking some bullshit. What are you talking about, homeboy? He's a single dad to the grown women, for the women that what? Mentiras. Mentiroso. Yeah, I guess he's saying for you women, for you women in this chat room, Umar Johnson, he's your single father. I don't know I don't know. Yeah, I know. I ain't never heard nothing like this. This is different. This is different right here. Let's keep going.
5 and 15.
14 and 24.
You're a single dad, man. And I know that's not easy. You're a single dad to grown women too, almost at grown women's age. And then the other one is, you said 25 and 15?
Oh, he's talking about his daughters, 2 of them.
14 and 24.
Oh, 14 and 24. I do not look forward to that age when Sky's that.
Man, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I apologize. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna bring it down.
TikTok. So I'm on here with a small, short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts, okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how black kings need to be with black women, but you're not even in your black woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite. And it's frustrating because I reached out to you. I reached out to you. I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter. But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you and you shut me down. You ignored me. You should never be too busy for your daughter ever in life. So I just wanted to make this video to just try to, I guess, somehow find my sister on my dad's side. So if you see this, please reach out to me. Please DM me because I want to know who you are. Why do I have siblings out there that I don't know about? It's unfair. And, deadbeat fathers is very common nowadays, especially in the black community, right? We all know Dr. Umar reps the black community or whatever, but you can't rep that if you're not even in your daughter's life. You're moving backwards. You're moving backwards. It's not making sense. To the public, you look like this person, but in private, you a whole nother person. And I'm not bashing you. I just don't understand why you're ignoring me. I'm 22 years old and you have yet to be in my life. Man. No graduations, no parties. When I get married, are you going to be at the wedding? Are you going to walk me down the aisle? Yo, I have a stepdad who has been in my life since a little girl. He has been in my life. And I thank God for him because my biological father couldn't even do that, y'all. My biological father is not even on my birth certificate because when my mom had me, he left. And I do have a DNA test. So, yes, I can prove that that's my father. I would never get on here and lie to y'all. That's kind of sick and delusional and crazy. But I'm just making this video because I want to find my sister. And when I reached out to him about giving me her number or if he even had it, I was ignored.
Yeah, this is so sad, y'all. I mean, I have 2 daughters and there's no way. Like, I never want to be able to say that I've harmed them in any way. They're precious. And to hear this young lady talk like this, it's just sad.
So now I guess I have to take matters into my own hands. So if you see this video, sister, please reach out to me because if he's not going to allow us to be in contact, I'll do it myself. I just want to end this video off by saying that daughters who have deadbeat fathers should not have to go through this. This is very present in the black community. And as an activist, I would not think that you would be a deadbeat because you rep the black community so much. It doesn't make any sense. You cannot be a hypocrite. You can't say do A, but you're doing B. It doesn't make any sense. So y'all already heard my mission for this video. Y'all already heard why I'm making this video. So if she can reach out to me, I would love that. I would love to have a conversation with you because you are my sister on my father's side that I have never met. I don't even know your name. I don't even know how old you are. I have a sister on my mom's side and I'm the oldest. I'm pretty sure that my sister that's on my dad's side, I'm probably older than her. I'm supposed to be guiding her. I'm supposed to be teaching her things because you as the father, you're not doing that. So let me do that as an older sister. But that's the end of this video. As I stated in the beginning of this video, I'm not trying to bash this man. I'm stating facts. Facts. And in the next clip, I will show y'all the screenshot of me trying to reach out to him and he ignored me after I asked him if he had my sister's phone number. So here you go.
Okay. Yeah, I have more that I can play, but we're going to leave it right there. Let's get back to the main video.
15?
14 and 24.
Oh, 14 and 24. I do not look forward to that age when Sky's that age at all. I don't look forward to that age at all. But
yeah, see, Umar's uncomfortable. He doesn't want to talk about any of this because he knows he's a deadbeat. See, there's no joy.
Overall, you know, I was looking, I saw
no, cut it out. Goofy.
I saw online when I was doing research about you that you had 3 children. Is there another one that you're just estranged from that you don't have that relationship with?
No, sir.
Okay, he doesn't have a relationship with any of them. But Umar's lying. I'm gonna pull up the receipts and show you guys.
That was a struggle. That was a struggle streamer invention. I only have 2 children.
See him sniffing too? See, that's a telltale with Umar when he gets the line right there. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull the receipts right now. Umar lies a lot. Yeah, I think he is trolling. I think he knows that Umar. So let me this brother right here, the Latino brother, I want to apologize because I think what you're doing is you're attempting to set Umar up. And you're doing it by kind of glazing him. You know what the truth is, but you're trying to set him up. So let me take back and I apologize sincerely to this brother. I think that's what he's doing here. Okay. So I'm gonna pull the receipts and I'm gonna prove to you guys that Umar Johnson has at least 3 baby mamas in Philadelphia alone.
You're just estranged from that you don't have that relationship with?
No, sir. That was a struggle. That was a struggle streamer invention. I only have 2 children.
Yeah, Umar's uncomfortable. Now let me pull up the receipts. Here we go. Child support, and I want to make sure before I pull this up that I'm actually getting the ones where everything is redacted. I'm always careful about that. Yeah, here's the one I was looking for the other day and I couldn't find it. Wait, but that's not redacted. Let me see something here. Yeah, actually what I'll do is I'll find the redacted one by writing down the name. Okay, and I'll explain to you the discrepancies that are present on that particular docket. Okay, so these aren't in order because, and I've explained this, I won't explain it up. They're not in order, but we're going to, in terms of baby mama number 1, 2, and 3, in terms of when Umar impregnated these women, because the child support docket for one of the baby mamas, it didn't appear until years later because she didn't put them on child support right away. So here is we'll just say the one of the baby mamas. This is the first baby mama, 2002, and you can see right there, Umar R. Abdullah Johnson. Okay, and the R is for Rashad. Umar's full name is Umar Rashad Ibn Abdullah Johnson. The complaint for support was filed July 15th of 2002. Okay, the defendant has signed an acknowledgement of paternity August 14th of 2002. And then the final order was issued August 20th of 2002, right? By the way, whenever you see these generic orders, Okay, this is when they're trying to identify Umar's income. If you look there, it says order employer to modify income attachment. So there was an income attachment, because at some point in 2002, Umar Johnson was working, which is consistent with my research, because at that time he was working as a school psychologist in the school district of Philadelphia. The generic, once he stops working, you'll see more of these generic orders because they can't find his income at all because he's not working. Okay? So this is consistent. You can see this if you do the research with Umar. So this is the baby mama. This docket is extensive. I'm not going to pull up all the other pages I could. Actually, here's page 2 right here. You see how extensive this is? Okay, 2007, 2008. Order to vacate. He had bench warrants, generic orders, order employed to terminate income attachment, generic order. This is in 2008. And by this time, Umar, he's working in the charter school system in Philadelphia. It's inconsistent. Okay, he's not working consistently. That's why you see more generic orders pop up. But there are times where they're able to execute an income attachment, all right, and then they terminate it, generic order, contempt, and then you can go all the way up to the top, contempt petition issued against the defendant. With that, Umar wasn't paying child support on time, and that's why that's why he was getting bench warrants and things. They were trying to get him into court. Okay, so that's the second page. Here's the third page. We'll just do this real quick just to show you guys. This starts in 2010. Okay, generic order to suspend driver's license. So you're going to start seeing more generic orders because by this time Umar's not working. Okay. You see any wage attachments on here? You don't see it anymore because by 2010, he's not working anymore. He starts full-fledged in the Black conscious space as a speaker. This is what my research shows, right? Or he's had his driver's license suspended. That's not because he missed one payment. That's because he's missed many payments over time. And many generic orders to suspend driver's license again in 2012. Now, if you look at the top, this is what I was talking about before. He did work for a short period of time in 2014, right? And I can pull up that picture where he's working. He's in an office. It was for about 3 months, okay? And then contempt petition issued against the parent, generic order to vacate bench warrant, and then another generic order. I also think he worked, if memory serves me correctly, in 2017. That's what I off the top of my head, but that was also for a short period because you start seeing generic orders appear again. Okay, so which one was that? That was okay. So and then here's another one from this baby mama. You can go down to the bottom, 2010, starting in 2010. You can see here generic order. He got his license plate suspended again, not license, but his driver's license suspended again. It was suspended in 2012 as well. Now by 2014, did I display to show this one? 2014. Let me go back. Yeah, I just showed this, and I'm sorry. This is the one I'm going to look at. So order to suspend driver's license again in 2017, 2018. Now we're getting to close to when he acquired these trap vandals. And you start seeing more generic orders, pro se contempt petition filed by plaintiff, order to vacate a bench warrant, generic order, all the way up, order to vacate bench warrants against the defendant issue, generic order, pro se, contempt, blah, blah, blah. Or he's all the way to 2021, he gets his driver's license suspended. So I thought it was like 3 times. He's gotten his driver's license suspended at least 6 times. Now, notice on here, you don't see any wage attachments because he's not working anywhere, right? Now, there may be some on the other dockets, though, so let's look at those, right? So that's the first baby mama. Let's go to the second baby mama. Just want to make sure I'm pulling up the right one where it's not redacted, or where it's redacted, okay? Yeah, here it is right here. This time he's not using Umar Rashad or Abdullah Johnson. He's using Umar Johnson. He has different aliases. I've talked about this. You look, this is in 2015, complaint for support. And then in 2016, paternity order issued, DF biological father stipulation. And then 2016, look what it says, order set to 0 due to lack of income and assets, because Umar wasn't working. He had no money and no assets. Interesting enough, at this time, he was raising money for St. Paul's. This guy is diabolical. He's diabolical. It's set to 0 due to lack of income and assets. Remember in 2016, Umar said he was going to be at $1 million by the end of the summer. The year prior, he was on the Breakfast Club. He said he was at $500,000. and then a final order agreement, and then a non-disbursement order, CSLN1. Okay. Now let me show you another one. This is that same baby mama, and they attempted to go through, they hired a lawyer, and they tried to go through the Human Services Department of Human Services, I should say. 2015 complaint for support, attorney filed, miscellaneous docketing text, defendant has signed an acknowledgement of paternity. So Umar, he acknowledges that that is his child. So this is the second one, right? You guys follow me on this? The first one first docket I pulled up, that's the one, the baby that the young lady that exposed him last year. I just played that video. This is another one with Umar, defendant. He signed an acknowledgement of paternity. So this is the second one. Okay. Interim order in effect, order to set to zero due to lack of income and assets in 2016, August 16th of 2016. Interim order in effect, exceptions filed, generic order, because they can't find employment. Judge signs the final order, and then order employer to terminate income attachment. Actually, I think that this is the one, the 2017. I think that's the one where I have a picture of him in the office. Let me pull that because I want to be fair here. Let's go to 2017. Yeah, I'm not seeing that one. Oh, wait, hold on right here. No, that's not it. No, that must be 2000. Let me see, 2016. No, give me 1 second, because I just wanted for my own edification here too, but I want to be fair with Umar. That's not it either. It's got to be 2014. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me pull up 2014. Yeah, here it is right here. Okay, let me rotate this. Okay, here it is. So this is from 2014, not 2017. So he worked someplace in 2017. What we can do also is cross-reference, because I'm sure after this order employed to terminate income attachment, it goes back to generic order because he didn't work for an extended period of time, and he couldn't because he was traveling all over the world at this point. Okay, here it is right here. Okay. By the way, if you look in the back, this is how I was able to identify this from 2014, because if you look in the back, there's a calendar. And from my research, also another person that helped me with this is Francisca. She pulled some information that I didn't have. She's an excellent researcher, like scholarly level. If you look in the back, there's that calendar and it says November 2014. I was able to identify where this school is located. And one of the things I did was I looked, you see it in the foreground, there's all these papers, and then there's some pictures down there. Okay, I was able to blow those up, rotate them, and then cross-reference from the document that Francisca had. And you can see, if you do the research, you'll be able to tell that one of those pictures on that piece of paper down there is in front of this particular school. And from my research, Umar, he was a principal here. And this was in 2014. But this, because I want to be fair, this docket right here shows Umar working somewhere in 2017. But I guarantee it's brief. We would just have to cross-reference with these other documents. Okay, so this is a second baby mama. In this case, they hired a lawyer and they went through the Department of Human Services. Okay, so that's a second baby mama. And again, the defendant has signed an acknowledgement of paternity. Okay, so that's 2 confirmed. And then now let's go to the baby mama number 3. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here's baby mama number 3. Okay, and this time it's Umar A. Johnson. That's Umar Abdullah Johnson, right? And let me get myself off so you can see the bottom. The complaint was filed in 2017. Paternity order issued in 2018. Interim order in effect. Final order. Contempt petition issued against the defendant. Generic order. Because again, he's not working again. See, that's why I'm saying if we go back to the other docket and take a look, he's the order employed to terminate income attachment. That, the truth is that could mean that he was working or that he was no longer working there. But we're going to say that he was working and then they terminated because he got he paid child support. He paid all his back child support. Well, that's in March of 2017. But then if we look at this other docket, by the time you get to see. August, let's see, October of 2018, generic orders. So he's not, by this time, he's not working anymore. Okay, it's probably before that, but by that time, he's not working anymore. Okay, so this is the third baby mama right here. Okay, Umar A. Johnson. So I've proven my case. Now, there's something else, and I'm not going to tell you guys what I know about this, but there's a reason why this particular, the second baby mama, it's brief, this whole situation, but I'm going to leave it right there. So it's sad because Umar, he doesn't want to acknowledge that he has at least three baby mamas. This is just in Philadelphia alone. And then I also have a fourth woman attempt to put Umar on child support too, but she was unsuccessful. But I want you guys to think about this. Why would Umar say, because I provided the receipts, why would Umar say that he only has 2 children? This guy, he's sick and diabolical. Mind you, my research shows that one of these baby mamas, he impregnated her when she was in her early 20s and he was in his early 40s. I'm going to leave it right there. Yeah. How's it going? Let me see your transcript. Good to see you too. Anytime you show up, it makes me happy. Black Anonymous hadn't been around too to see Black Anonymous too. That makes me so happy. Again, I appreciate you guys. I really do. You know, thank you guys so much. Let me see if I can pull that up. I gotta find the redacted version though. So let me pull this up, and then I'm going to explain the discrepancy on, because I've done my research on this. So let me see if the redacted one, this is it right here. But let me open it up, because before I show this, yeah. Okay, I can show this one. All right, let me pull this one up. Okay, let me do one other thing. Okay, so here's the fourth one. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, this is it right here. Now, and this is 2016. I want you guys to think, I want you to look at this and tell me what's on here that it's a discrepancy that needs to be addressed, because I'm always fair, okay? Someone in the chat room, let me know what's the discrepancy here. And you got the docket details. I've redacted this woman's name. She's younger too, by the way. Then Umar's name's there. Anyone see it? Yeah. My what you call it? It's updating. I mean, my on StreamYard, it's behind. So I don't see you guys' comments right away. So I apologize for that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's a Y there. Okay. Now let me be clear about this. For a long time, I've been sitting on this for a long time, but for a long time, I didn't present this to people. I was saying that Umar Johnson had 3 baby mamas, and there was a point where I said he had 2. Okay? But I was specifically saying 3 at a certain point once I verified that third baby mama, and I didn't bring this forward because that why. But let me tell you guys something. This is what I mean. I was talking about this yesterday. In my studies for cybersecurity and computer technology, we were given resources and we were taught how to find information about people. So, for instance, if I had your phone number, if I had your name, I can get your phone number. Okay. If I had your home address, I can get your phone number. Okay. If you own property, I can get your information. Right. There's all types of information that you can get online. Well, people would think that information is not out there. No, it's out there. I mean, if you've been on the internet, it's out there. Or if for certain things like home ownership, your information is going to be out there. Okay. Your address is going to be out there. Right. So sometimes what happens in research is you'll same thing when I was doing my family tree, you'll hit a roadblock and you feel like you can't go any further, and you're like, okay, how can I connect? Like if you're looking for someone, or if you're trying to associate, you're trying to find an association between two people or three people or four people. Okay, so that's why when I was doing my family tree, I had a lot of, now I hit these roadblocks. Well, the same thing applies to this. What I did was I looked at the name of this woman, and then I looked up and I looked at Umar Johnson. I've already done extensive research on him. And what I was able to determine was that Umar, he uses another alias where he, instead of saying Umar ibn with a Y, he'll use, with an I, he'll use a Y instead. Now, how did I figure this out? Well, what I did was I took her name and I researched her heavily. Okay. I know her mama, family members, extended family members, and the list goes on and on and on. I could put together a family tree, or at least a 4 generations. I should be able to do that, based upon the research. But what happens is that if you research a person enough, and you get on certain types of websites, they'll have on those websites who these people are associated with, and not just family members. And who did I find was associated with this lady? Umar. Now, let's be clear about this. If we look at the docket, what does it say? Okay, in addition to Umar Y. Abdullah, okay, this Umar just using another alias. He has a lot of aliases. Sometimes he'll call himself Umar Johnson. Sometimes he'll call himself Umar Abdullah Johnson. In this case, sometimes he'll say Umar ibn Johnson, or Umar. He does all kinds of stuff. He has many different aliases. But I want to be clear about something. This is not a 4th baby mama. He has 3 verified. I already showed you that. This is a woman who thought that Umar Johnson was the daddy of the baby and put in a complaint for support in 2016. But it didn't go through. And what I think, interim order in effect, conference officer, and then the final order is a non-agreement. What I think happened was that it was determined that that wasn't his baby. And that's why you don't see what we see in these other ones. Okay, let's go back. You see down there, complaint for support, defendant has signed an acknowledgement of paternity. We don't see that for that 4th woman who put in was trying to get child support out from Umar. We don't see that there. Okay. What about the 2nd baby mama? Okay, we see complaint for support, says paternity order issued. See that? What about the 3rd baby mama? Complaint for support, filed pro se, paternity order issued. See that? But in this case, you don't see that. And what I think is that this woman tried to put him on child support was probably getting it in, but that wasn't his baby. That's what I think. Okay? But the point I want to make is that I was able to connect her to Umar doing some other research, and I'm gonna leave that right there. So, as for these other 3 dockets that I showed you guys, that's verified. Umar Johnson has at least 3 baby mamas in Philadelphia alone. A 4th woman attempted to put him on child support, and I believe that wasn't his child. That's why the child support didn't go through. But Umar only claims 2 because it looks better to claim 2 than it does to claim 3. And from what I know, or at least what I believe, the fact that Umar doesn't claim that 3rd one is sick. It goes to show you that this guy is a sociopath. Because there's a reason why that docket is so brief. And I'm going to leave it right there. By the way, Umar had another entry on one of these dockets January of this year. Speaking of baby mama, since we get on this, let me pull something else up real quick. Umar posted this the other day. See, because we've been talking about his baby mamas and all this other stuff he got going on. So that's why Umar got to get online and try to clean things up and try to make himself appear to be a victim. Look, birth of Prince of Pan Africanism. On this date, Dr. Umar's youngest daughter was born without his knowledge. Told that the due date was 2 to 3 weeks away, he reached out to discuss preparations for the birthing center, only to be told by his daughter's mother that the child had already arrived, despite making it very clear from the very first prenatal appointment that he wanted to be present. When asked why he wasn't informed or invited to the birth, here he go. She remarked, "I didn't think you cared." He was also denied attendance at all prenatal appointments except the first one. The mother refused to give the baby his last name as well as the chosen African middle name. The mother initially told Dr. Umar his daughter was born on June. I'm not going to say that. Why would you even put this? A theory involving the ex-husband, that's the love triangle he was talking about, has always been considered a motive for why Dr. Umar was kept away from the birth. After weeks of chasing, a forced paternity test proved the new princess to be of the Ifatunde lineage. Okay, he's still taking shots at his baby mama, this baby mama. And this is actually the second baby mama. I don't have what I was showing you guys. I didn't have it in proper order. And the reason why is because the second baby mama had the baby 6 years prior to putting him on child support. So when I see the child support docket for this particular baby mama, that's what Umar calls the evil vegan. I assume that that's when the baby was born. Okay, so but when I was what I was showing you, these dockets, these are old. I did this a long time ago. But once I got deeper into the research and I was able to identify birth date and all this other stuff, what it is that the first baby mama, that's the daughter who came out to expose him as a deadbeat last year. And then there's another baby mama that comes out and puts Umar on child support. That would be in 2015. But the third baby that baby was born years before that. But she didn't put Umar on child support until 2017. So that's the actual order. Just want to be clear about that. Okay. All right. So the other thing too is I think we've been talking about this, but it's also possible that there's something that's happening behind the scenes dealing with child support, because last year Umar was mad because they raised the amount of child support that Umar had to pay, and he actually posted that on his Instagram. He's so messy. He's so messy and sassy too. Just pay your child support, you deadbeat. All right. So I've proven that Umar Johnson has 3 baby mamas, and it's really that simple. It's nothing deep. And I showed you guys the receipts. We're going to leave that right there. Let's get back to the main video. Here we go.
The struggle streamer invention. Okay. That you had 3 children. Is there another one that you're just estranged from, that you don't have that relationship with?
No, sir. That was a struggle. That was a struggle streamer invention. I only have 2 children.
Struggle streamer invention. Okay.
Yeah, and again, he's playing semantics, and I know why. At least I think I know why. It reminds me when Big Loon asks Umar, you ain't raised $1 million? He says no. And then we covered that, and we did extensive videos, quite a few videos on that, showing how Umar had $1 million. And then the next time when Big Loon had him on, he asked him a similar question. Umar says, we never had $1 million at one time. So he's playing semantics, and that's what he's doing here too. He knows he has 3 baby mamas. He knows that. I just showed you guys. So this guy, he's so sinister.
Yeah, people be talking the most out there. So with not being able to be inside of your kid's life like that, I know a lot of men too, right?
See, Umar, he's throwing that out there to discredit the real claims. This is what I mean by he's a master manipulator. See, and he did this with his daughter too. He did this when he was telling the story about the baby mama. It's interesting. Okay, it's a form of psychological war. It don't work on me though. See, the way my mind works, it don't work. What he does, I'll say it don't work. The way he be trying to manipulate, it don't work on me. Okay, I'm real analytical, step by step by step. You said something last week, now you're saying something different. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. Let's get into this. You see. So if you listen let me go back. Listen to how Umar so he's trying to dissuade them that he only has 2 babies. Okay. Now, what I'm telling you guys is that he has 3 baby mamas, at least 3 baby mamas. And I'm leaving it right there for a reason. In Philadelphia alone, I've proven it. I showed you the receipts. But what Umar, what he tends to do is he'll infuse another, I don't know, he'll infuse a theory that is so outlandish and out there, but he does that to try to group all of the other truths that have been presented, as in he has 3 baby mamas. So he says, yeah, they said I had a white baby mama in England. Listen, I never said that. But he throws that in there because it's used to illegitimize all the other claims that are actually factual, if that makes sense. Okay, he has a history that's very manipulative on Umar's part. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, people be talking the most out there. So with not being able to be inside of your kid's life like that, I know a lot of men. Ooh,
it's so weird. This whole exchange is just weird.
Dr. Umar, don't let me find out.
I never heard of that, to be honest with you. That's wild.
But I know there's a lot of men that are going to be watching this right now that are dealing with BM drama, that are dealing with having a child with the wrong woman, and the things that come along with that. And one of those things is being away from your child, missing pivotal moments, or the child being weaponized against you. To the man that is watching this right now, we're talking to the man in general. What are you telling them, bro?
Again, it's the woman's fault, right? And yeah, there are mothers out there that are batshit crazy like Umar is, but I'm gonna tell you guys, Umar is the one he's the common denominator with these 3 baby mamas, and he's the one who's batshit crazy.
I would tell them, number one, to never
see Umar sweat. See him sweat?
Give up on being with their child, and to understand that even if they don't get the opportunity during the child's childhood.
Yeah, they did. They're trolling him. So again, I'm going to apologize to all 3 of these brothers, okay? Because I didn't recognize that. I want to apologize. I know I was going off, okay, because part of it is I know the truth about Umar. So when people be saying crazy shit, it triggers, okay? But even still, I'm going to issue a public apology to these brothers, because they were trolling him and they're setting him up. That's what they were doing, okay? So again, if y'all happen to see this video, no disrespect, I apologize. Man to man, okay? Real talk. All right, let's keep going.
You'll still get the opportunity to reconnect in adulthood, although it's not the same, and that they still need to fight while they can. And I would also say they need to find a way to channel the anger and disappointment that comes from it. Because if you don't find a way to deal with the anger and disappointment that comes from it, when you finally get the opportunity to be a part of your children's life, you're going to be overcome with the memories you missed with them as a result of the mother, that you're going to storm out on the mother, but in the audience of that child. And you're going to alienate yourself from the child you've been waiting their whole life to get close to. So what I tell fathers is, as you're waiting to reconnect, work on yourself, work on your conversation, improve your emotional intelligence, because the worst thing you can do with that child is tell them how much you don't like their mother because she kept them away from you. And I've seen a lot of men sabotage their relationship with their children because they felt the need to prove to the child that the mother was the problem. And guess what? The mother was the problem. But
there he goes.
That mother is the only person his child knows. Like, that's mom. He or she loves mom. And anything you say against the mom, you're going to look like the enemy. They don't know you. They don't even trust you yet. So you have to earn your child's confidence, and you have to make sure that you don't have adult conversations with children. A lot of what you want to share with them, you can't share with them at 10, 11, and 12. That's a conversation that might have to wait till 21 or 25. And if you don't have the discipline to hold on to that, you can do more to destroy that relationship with that child by focusing too much on the mom. And
he got everything to say, but he ain't even an active participant in his own daughter's life, his own children's lives. It's crazy.
Their presence, than the mother ever could do. And I've seen fathers lose the relationship on their own by being too concerned about the mother and what she did to keep y'all apart. Don't focus on the past when you're with your children. This is my message to fathers. Do not focus on the past. It's going to be hard to deal with all the birthdays you missed, right? All the New Year's you missed. That's going to hurt you when you finally get around your child. All of that historical pain is going to come back, but you got to practice discipline. You have to be a man. You got to have strength of spirit. You got to tell.
He's such a hypocrite. Look who's talking. I'm behind in this chat room and in the cooker chat, the soup chat. Umar lied so much he lied in all right. Homosexual men goal is financial, food, housing from different women. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, let me look it up right quick because homosexual. What the world? So the term homosexual, often humorous or pejorative, referred to as homosexuality. Look, James, what you got me looking up? Homosexuality. I don't know why that's so funny to me. You know, but you gonna be getting it in on trains. You know, the hobos, they used to get on the train and ride to different places. Homosexuality. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. Is a modern slang portmanteau of hobo and sexual, of course, right? It describes a person who enters a romantic or sexual relationship primarily to secure housing, financial support, or material comfort rather than for genuine affection. Yeah, that's Umar. It's just with no commitment, you know? Yeah, that's Umar. Okay, I got you. That's funny, though. Homosexuality. That's so stupid. What does that mean? You know, it's not homosexuality, it's homosexuality. Okay. Thanks, James. No diddy. All right, thanks for the chat. YouTube says like Wu-Tang, Umar Johnson enters. Which is a positive. Okay. Yeah, no, this is a good one. Umar Johnson is the father the same way Lenon has hair. Yeah, you're right about that. Okay. Thank you. You also said Umar Johnson and I pretend to bump. All right. Okay. Did I get all? Okay. Thank you, YouTube 5. Miss Lady says, I ain't got no room to talk. Single dad. Yeah, I know. Exactly. I know you're a single dad. They're just setting Umar. They're just trolling, in my opinion. I could be wrong. So that's why I had to apologize. Because otherwise, it's like there's no way. I did research and I saw that you were a single father and you're a father. I said, okay. So I apologize for that. I went off. Thanks, Miss Honey. Enterprise says, I told y'all these Umar. This is what this is the first. He was Enterprise, the first one that used this term. Umar Tardians are different. Lenon, I know you focus on Umar, but these podcasts are just as liable and delusional on him and FTP. Yeah, we had a poll yesterday. Are these podcasters, are the people who platform Umar, are they complicit in this FDMG school scam? And overwhelmingly, people said yes. So I've argued this in the past. Like if they've just learned about Umar, let's say over the last I don't know, year, maybe. Okay, you give a little leeway, maybe a year and a half. Then maybe they haven't done the research and they don't know. But after you reach a certain point, there's so much information out there. I'm talking about time-wise. And there's no excuses. You should know better. And these podcasters should know better, right? These radio show hosts, they should know better, you know. But they have them on anyway. It's truly unfortunate. I'm not going to call them Umar Tardians. I'm not going to go that far, but yeah. Okay, thanks, Enterprise. Yeah, he did. He got nervous, and then you can see him. He started sweating. Okay, because I think Umar could kind of sense that it was going in the direction that he didn't want to go in, because he knows he's a deadbeat. Okay, thanks, East Point. U225 says Umar Johnson and 225 should have had kids, but Umar. All right. Okay, that's too much. Greyhound. All right. Okay. All right. You too far. I don't know what I got to do. What I'm going to do with you. I have no idea. Yana says it's bad enough to have one kid. Yeah. The thing is that Umar thinks that by saying he only has 2 children, he's playing semantics though. That somehow that makes it okay that he's a deadbeat to only 2. And what I'm telling you guys is that Umar has 3 baby mamas. It didn't marry not one of them. And don't pay child support and don't support and has been absent. Yeah, if these baby mamas ever want to come out and share their story, boy, that would break the internet. But see, they know that Umar Johnson is batshit crazy. And they probably think they don't know what he might do or say about them or do to them. He's already doxed their information. All right, thanks, Giannis. Sweet D says, super's delight, everyone. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Oh, you said duper's delight. What's duper's? Duper's delight. I hope nothing crazy pop up, Sweet D. Duper's delight. Is a psychological term coined by psychologist Dr. Paul Ekman. It refers to the subtle involuntary smirk or smile that a liar exhibits when they feel they are successfully deceiving someone or getting away with the lie. And I've seen it quite a few times with Umar. I also saw it one time where he was being interviewed by this sister who was Ethiopian. You guys remember that? And he's they're kind of going back and forth, but Umar's trying to control the conversation and kind of put her in her place. And at a certain point, she kind of concedes, and he does that duper's delight. Yep. Thanks, Sweet D. And then ZZ Top says, why do these women keep bringing Umar on podcasts? Yeah, well, there's different reasons. Well, I think it's not even it's men and women, but there's different reasons. We've talked about this in the past. There are people who bring him on because they know that he's going to get views. He's not going to get the type of views he gets on Art of Dialogue because that fan base is already built in and it's massive. They're not going to get the same amount of views that he gets when he's on the Breakfast Club. At least when the Breakfast Club would actually show full episodes. And the reason why is because the Breakfast Clubs have their audiences already built in. But what happens is that these smaller channels, I've seen Umar go on podcasts where they got like 300 subscribers. He'll do whatever he can to get some money. Out here hoeing, just hoeing for that cash. He'll do whatever he can. And they will get way more views than what they normally get, but they didn't get many views in the first place. Right? But still, what they get is more views. They get more ad generation in terms of monetary generation. But then they also get more subscribers simply by having Umar Johnson on. So I think different people do it for different reasons, you know. But at this point, there's so much information out there that really, if people were sincere and honest and genuine and they had integrity, they wouldn't have Umar on. There's no way. Thank you, ZZ Top. All right. Let's finish up. We're almost done. Thank you guys again for tuning on in. We've got about 900 people in the building. The poll question, are you surprised that Umar Johnson lies so much? 9% said yes, 91% said no. And our goal for likes is 400. We are at 350. So we need 50 more likes to get to 400 to get to the goal. So we have an outside chance to get it. If you're enjoying the show or if you have enjoyed the show, go on and hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Okay. Let's get back to the main video. By the way, let me play something for you guys. Check this out.
I came to Britain to build up this country, okay? I've heard everything you had to say this evening. Now, on top of all of that, all of us are sitting here, we have all got children ourselves. You targeted one thing for me this evening is the speech that you're making this evening is well and good doing it to us, but it's the children after us that need to be hearing this. Because I'm going to be dying, and my next generation is my children and everybody else's children in this room, who at the end of the day is not hearing this preaching.
We need to teach them.
Now, I'm going to say one thing to you, yeah? I told my son, my youngest, he's 27 years old, he was raised appropriately, he works, he has a profession, okay?
Oh.
I told him, I'm coming to Birmingham to see you. He said, oh, I said I'm going to see Umar Johnson. He went, no, Mum, you're going to see Dr. Umar. And I said that was great. Then I told him how I watched you the other day on WhatsApp about your honey bunnies, no white bunny, chocolate bunny, which color bunny, and you was promoting all our black sisters. Do you know what my son said to me? He said, Mum, I understand all that. But and I'm just going to quote what my 27-year-old said to me, who actually knows about you. Well, I don't know what he knows, but what he said was, Mum, why is it if he's talking about representing the black sisters, and the black sisters, our brothers need to know who we are, and be dating the black sisters in the community or go and find them in every other race. He said, why is it that Dr. Umar has three, please let me just say this, right? Why does he have 3 children with 3 baby mothers? And if they're all black queens, why has he not taken one of those queens and made them his absolute queen and showed the black brothers that no matter what children you have, one of your mothers should be your permanent wife. That's what my son said to me.
Let's go. I got a question. When did I get a third baby mom and a third baby? When did I get a third baby mom and a third baby?
Yeah, so just you can see Umar Johnson and the emotional instability. Okay, he answers when I get a third baby, but then he yells it. See?
When did I get a third baby mom and a third?
He actually yells it the first time, but the second time there's the anger and the rage comes out. Listen.
When did I get a third baby mom and a third baby?
Can I just say, I did say to my son.
And then he starts snarling. You'll see that with Umar too. He'll start going like this. Yeah, he has some telltales. But this woman was right. Yeah, he has 3 baby mamas. I already showed you guys the receipts, but Umar, he only claims 2 babies. But there's a reason for that too. We're not going to get into that. All right. Looks like we got maybe about 10 more minutes on this video. Let's wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Did I get to all the super chats? Yeah, I did. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's get going. Here we go.
So, as much as it hurts, that's the past. God has given me the opportunity to build a relationship with my child in the present, and I can't sabotage the now for what happened back then.
Talk.
I know a lot of men that need that.
Dr.
And the
Umar,
other
man,
thing
I
I would
appreciate that message because I'm sending this to my brothers.
Same. Few.
Yeah, I think they're trolling. And Umar got to keep running his mouth because he has to try to sound intelligent, even though it's totally hypocritical.
Actually.
Sexual discipline. We have to be, that's something I'm working on.
He's been saying this for years. Anyone who's been around a while, he's been saying this for a long time. I'm turning over a new leaf, family. He's been saying this for such a long time. Anybody who's been around been a while, you know what I'm talking about. Let's keep going.
You got to be, and I've been working on it for a while, and I've made strides, and I'm proud of myself. I wish I would have started a whole lot younger, but when I blew up, I had no idea that this was coming to me at such a young age. But sexual discipline is key. And so what I'm doing right now at this stage of my life with the school coming is I'm looking at all my faults and flaws as a man, not just as
with the school coming. What are you talking about?
A potential husband, as a father, but just as a man of the community. I'm looking at those things about myself.
Yeah, because you're not a father and you're not a husband. And real talk, you're not a man either. You've been living off of black people now since 2010. So what are you talking about? You're living off your mama at the age of 51.
I need to fix and change because when I go before these boys as their principal, as their teacher, I need to be an example of what they need to be. And I'm very serious about being that example that they need to be. And so I'm doing all I can to perfect myself. And we as men have to recognize that we are always evolving.
Again, Umar, this is ridiculous because if you're deciding to do that now, because somehow this school is about to open, why didn't you start this process back on January 6th of 2010 when you wrote promises in 2010 began laying the groundwork for the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Pan African School for Black Boys, specializing in learning disabilities, disruptive behavior disorders. This will be a private school, and yes, you will pay in order for your son to attend. Grand opening September 11, 2013. This is Chestnut Checkers. Why didn't you work on this then? You ain't working on nothing. You just running your mouth. You ain't fooling nobody. Here we go.
Should be to become a better version of ourselves.
Well, Dr. Umar, as we come to an end here and we wrap this thing up, we have a question that we ask all our guests. The internet is a long time, and 20 years from now, your children are scrolling and they come across this video. What do you want them to know about their father?
What I will. No, what are you talking about? Why don't you tell Umar to connect with his children in the first place and tell them what he wants them to know, as opposed to waiting for 20 years and not be a father for another 20 years. It makes no sense. Do it now. Go be an active participant now. Go mend the relationship now. Look, we're going to wait 20. What do you want to say to them so they can hear it in 20 years? No, go say that shit to them now. That's what you're supposed to do as a father. See, some of this stuff right here is just backwards. The questions are backwards. And they're acting like this is big time. Like, yeah, this podcast, your daughters, they're going to be looking for this in the future someday because it's so important. Cut it out.
And 20 years from now, your children are scrolling and they come across this video. What do you want them to know about their father?
What I would want my daughters to know about their father is that, and I'm hoping I'm still here scrolling with them, with my grandchildren, but I want them to know that their father absolutely.
Boy, this is nuts. What do you mean, the grandchildren, when you're not even an active participant in your children's lives? Yeah, Umar, he's an actor. He's pretending it. All this is pretending. That's all he's doing right here.
But I want them to know that their father absolutely loved them.
Okay, listen, love them. Love is an action, and it has to be, in this case, it would be past tense. You don't have a past of loving your children. You don't even interact with them. You don't even pay child support on time. Last year, you told your followers to go online and cyber attack your daughter, and they went and did that. That's what Umar. That's the order that he gave. And when they did that, she had a mental breakdown and she was admitted because she had thoughts of unaliving herself. This is what you did last year, Umar. So what are you talking about? She becomes homeless shortly after that and is out there in them streets. It was really bad. Where were you, Umar?
Absolutely loves them, that he would wish for nothing more than to go back in time and recreate all the time that I lost. I wish I would have been more responsible with women so they would not have to be born into a situation where their father would be punished, or even they themselves would be punished by their mother.
See, again, he's always the victim. He's always the victim. He's the one that was absent. He's the deadbeat. He's the one that abandoned his daughters. He also abandoned these women too. But I think at a certain point, it was to their benefit for Umar not to be around because he's abusive. He's batshit crazy. He's always got drama going on. He's a sexual diva, and he's smoked out too. But magically, Umar's always the victim.
Because their father didn't choose to make her a wife, So I would have to apologize. I would have to apologize for the circumstances around which they were brought into this world. But with that, I would want them to absolutely know God don't make mistakes. There's a reason why they're here. Mm-hmm. And them existing in this space and time was the greatest thing that ever happened in my life.
Wow.
Amen.
Dr. Umar, I want to say I love having these conversations with you, as I stated earlier, but I'm super excited that you are accomplishing everything you sought out to accomplish. And I know there's obviously a lot more, but we need that type of an example out there because you're pretty much another martyr, right? Like everybody's looking at you and praying for you.
Okay. Now, Umar, he likes this type of talk because this is part of Umar's narcissism. He wants to present himself as if he is a martyr. He actually wrote that in his UNIA resignation letter back in 2005. So I think that this this Latino brother, I think he's trying to placate to Umar. I don't think he believes this shit, but he's saying it anyway to glaze Umar. Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. It's a glaze fest. Shout out to East B. Yeah, it is. It's a bunch of mess. They need to stop. Okay. I'm about to take my apology back. Y'all keep it up. TJ says, Lenon, do you feel, and I will. I'll take my apology back. You all keep it up. TJ says, Lenon, do you feel Umar is remorseful and sincere in this instance of vulnerability? No, I don't even think it's an instance of vulnerability. I think he's pretending to be vulnerable. It's like Umar, he's like an actor who's reading a script. It sounds nice, but there's no substance to it. See, if you say, I want them to know that I love them and I wish I can go back in time and change things, well, why don't you do that today? Why do you have to wait for 20 years and keep being a deadbeat for another 20 years? By that time, you'll be 71. So no, I don't think that Umar has any remorse. And in general, narcissists and sociopaths, they don't have that. They don't have remorse. And Umar, he's a pathological liar, so there's no sincerity there either. See, the sincere thing that a man would do is he would become an active participant in his children's lives. But Umar hasn't done that. He's had plenty of opportunities. It's been 2 decades for one of the young ladies. You mean to tell me in 2 decades you can't right the ship? You're supposed to be Big Papa. You're supposed to be the most requested scholar in the school psychologist and the child psychotherapist and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You couldn't mend the fence by now? He doesn't want to. He doesn't care. He's a sociopath. Narcissistic personality traits. And part of the narcissism is that the people like Umar, the narcissists, they think that they're being persecuted all the time and everyone's out to get them, but they also think that they're the greatest thing ever. But then on top of that, everyone's trying to sabotage them, and they're the ones who have to fight through all of this because they're this martyr. That's the God complex coming in, the Messiah complex. And Umar has that too. So no. There's no, he has no remorse because he's a sociopath. He's a narcissist. He's not sincere because if he was sincere, he would take action, and he would have taken action yesterday before getting up here at Funky inside of Mama Closet, reading. It's like a script. There's no substance to it. It sounds nice, right? And then in terms of vulnerability, I don't think that Umar is vulnerable. I don't think he's trying to be vulnerable. I think he's been put in a vulnerable position because they're asking about Umar's personal life as it pertains to him being a deadbeat, and he's uncomfortable with that. That's why you can see the telltale sign. He starts sweating and everything. But now they're glazing him up again, talking about, martyr this and martyr this. I'm about to take my apology back in a minute. Y'all tripping. Thanks, TJ. He should be in prison now. Listen, it may happen. We'll have to wait and see. This Umar Johnson saga, boy, I never knew it was going to go on this long. I'll tell you guys that right now. But it can't go on forever. I'll tell you that too. Thank you, Giannis. Did I get to all the super chats? Okay, I'm all caught up. So let's real quick. Use says sexual discipline is not hard. I have zero. Okay, 0 baby mamas. See, the thing is that when Umar talks about sexual discipline, it's extremely hypocritical because Umar, he runs through women all over the world. And he's been doing this for decades. This is what he does. No commitment. He runs through randoms, what I call randoms, just random women. Okay, it's not about content of their character. It's not about Umar's character. It's a pump and dump. He's been living like this for such a long time, so he has no sexual discipline. See, if he had sexual discipline, he wouldn't be out here living like that. He wouldn't be out here raw dogging these women. He wouldn't. Real talk. He would provide informed consent, especially dealing with that bumpity bump on his lip and any other stuff he got going on. That's part of being disciplined too. See? Part of being sexually disciplined is to commit to one woman and build a relationship with that woman. And if you're going to get down and busy with it, that's it. You get down and busy with that. But Umar, he want 4 of them. Not really, though. He want all of them because he's a male hoe. But he'll get up here talking about how he's trying to right the ship now. No, he ain't doing this. He just running his mouth. All right, thank you, Judy. He also said Umar Johnson started yelling as a way to exit the conflict week. Yeah, he does that. And it's also his frustration. And he has a very difficult time regulating his emotions. And he gets to screaming. Okay. And if he does it on stage, what do y'all think he's doing behind the scenes? That's what I'm saying. I'm sure he put these baby mamas through all types of hell over back in the day. Not that he was an active participant, but just them having to deal with him, trying to help him to get him to support the children and financially. So for Umar, he ain't no telling what kind of foolishness that he done put them through, and trauma. I guarantee it. Okay. Thank you, Javon. Okay. Let's wrap this up. Thank you guys again for tuning on in. Let me close out this poll question. Are you surprised that Umar Johnson lied so much? 10% said yes. 90% said no. Thanks to everyone who voted on that poll. And then our goal was 400. We got to 400. Thank you guys so much. Okay, you guys are the best. We got to wind this down. Let's see here. I think that was, yeah, okay, I'm all caught up. All right, here we go. Let's finish this up.
They're praying that you make it. And you keep overcoming these obstacles, and that allows the next individual that says, no matter what's said about you on the internet or what people are constantly trying to preach about you or people labeling you things, you can still persevere and you can come out of this on top. So I for one, absolutely am excited to see you continue winning. And
yeah, you don't sound excited, and Umar's not winning either. You're just glazing. Okay, I'll take my apology back because this is ridiculous at this point. Okay, and we didn't even watch the whole thing. They go on and on and on. Listen, I'm going to retract my apology at this time. I'm taking it back. You guys shouldn't have him on in the first place. It speaks to your character. And if you're a real man and you're about that life as a real man, you wouldn't have someone like Umar up on here out of all people who's a deadbeat and then glaze on his ass. No Diddy. You wouldn't do that. What example does that set for your children who look up to you when you got this deadbeat bum on your podcast who's out here sexually exploiting these black women? See, maybe if he was specifically sexually exploiting Latinas, then maybe it would matter a little different. I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility. Because one of the things I've noticed is that there are people who, as long as Umar ain't out here running through they women, they cool with it. So it doesn't matter to them as much. Yeah, they have him on the podcast. I'll take my apology back. Let's go.
You know, I'm praying that you get through all of this exactly the way you
appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. Good.
Yeah, you can pray all you want for Satan, but it's not going to make a difference. I'm going to tell you that right now. Umar is the great deceiver of our time in the black conscious space. You can pray for him all you want to. See, when Umar does his dirt and does his evil, no amount of prayer is going to change that and make him better. He has to take the initiative. So no, you can do that if you want to. It sounds nice, but that's not going to change evil into good. That's not how that works.
The words, man.
Dr. Umar, I know there's no
this is so awkward
official date right now for the opening of the school, but is there somewhere that people could go check out information where?
No, there's not any place where they can go check out it. That's why you asking. That's why you asking. There ain't no place to go get the information. I already told people. Closest thing that Umar had to an FDMG website was called Dr. Umar umarschool.com or some stupid shit. Here it go right here. We covered this like early on when I was first started getting into Umar, and we found the website. It looked bad then. It looks worse now because we're in 2026. Here you go. This is it right here. You see a big old donation button. It ain't no information about this school situation. Nothing. It has St. Paul's College. It had that video where he walking around in them jeans. And then meet Dr. Umar. Ain't nobody want to meet you. Cut it out. Anyway, that's what I just want to make a point. There's no board of directors on here. There's no time of completion. There's no business plan. There's no curricula or curriculum. Not even a curriculum. Okay, and I can go on and on. 404 father not found. Exactly. Yeah. That's a good one. 404 not found. The father's not found. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, that website has to be inspected with the school. They need to inspect this website. Y'all want to see some? Let me show y'all. I don't even laugh. We laughed about this many years ago, but it's not funny now. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny. Okay, this is the closest thing he had to an FDMG website. Here you go. Please donate to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey International Leadership Academy. You got a PayPal donation button. You got his P.O. box for checks and money orders. Okay, no time of completion, no mission statement. That's the basic thing you should have. Nothing. There, let me give you one more. And this just goes to show you, see, it's about Umar. This is Meet Dr. Umar. There's more information, way more information about Umar, and all of this is, a lot of this is a bunch of bull jive too. More information on this website about Umar than it is about this fake funky school, FDMG. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy. He's changed the name of this school so many times. I document that inside a documentary too. Anyway, that's the closest thing that he's ever had to a FDMG website, and currently he has nothing going on. So when this guy asks that question, listen, if you don't know where it's at, that's because it doesn't exist.
Go do their research on it. Maybe sign up to a wait list.
Is that what wait list you talking about? Is that a fire alarm beep I'm hearing in the background? Hold on one second.
On it, maybe sign up to a wait list.
I bet you that's Umar. You need to go change that. Don't have your mama in there and put that in there. It's annoying.
That people could go check out information where Dr. Umar, I know there's no official date right now for the opening of the school, but is there somewhere that people could go check out information where they can go do their research on it, maybe sign up to a wait list?
I'm not going to allow anyone to sign up to a wait list until we have a date. Because what I don't want to do is tease the parents with the school starting and you not know when it's going to start. That's the only thing that could be worse than the struggle streamers right now. So we don't want to do any signing up or anything until we have a date. Yes, sir.
Okay, by the way, this guy, he lies so much, so he doesn't want to give a date. Look at him. Look at him. Umar's batshit crazy, like literally. But I've already done the research on this, and this is inside of the documentary. At this time, for this segment of the documentary, I was able to identify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 27, 27, and then there was a 28th for 2026, 28, 29. Yeah, so there's at least 31 at this point grand opening date changes. Okay, starting with September 11th of 2013, which he gave in 2010.
1 year later, Wilson does not finish that.
Good. If all
For the record, Umar Johnson stated that the grand opening for the community would be in September of 2025. Umar Johnson then states that he would start with the children 1 year. Umar Johnson does not finish that sentence, but it is fair to assume that Umar Johnson was going to say that he would start with the children 1 year later. 1 year later would be September of 2026. Over the last 16 years, Umar Johnson has changed the FDMG grand opening date at least 28 times.
Yeah, it's 31 now.
The question is, why? Why would Umar Johnson change the grand opening date so many times? The answer to this question is both simple and diabolical. Understand that Umar Johnson has no intention of opening a fully functional, accredited school. His intention is to keep deceiving his supporters while collecting donations indefinitely.
Yeah, so it's up to 31 now because he gave August of 2026, and then he's also said August of 2027. So yeah, I think it's either 30 or 31. Yeah. So yeah, what's up, Domo? Yeah, there's no website. Okay.
I tell you, man, I learned a very deep spiritual lesson about divine timing with this whole project, bro.
Again, the question was, where can they get information? Umar doesn't answer that. He's just keeps running his mouth. We're almost done.
Because every time I chose a date, whether it was the date for the electric to be done, or the date for the HVAC to be done, or the date for the plumbing to be done, you know, or the date for us to be completely done, every time I just knew we had it in the bag, something else would come up. And I learned the hard way that you cannot put a date on something that God is designing. And, you know, so all I can say to people is,
you're not deep. He's given 31 grand opening dates.
Is, you know, once we get that certificate of occupancy, we'll be in a much better place to choose a date. I'm hoping we get it before summer ends, because if we get it before summer ends, there's a very strong possibility we can start with school in August of 27. We're going to.
All right. So now he's giving another, even though he said he's not going to give a grand opening day, he gives a grand opening date again.
Start with community programming immediately. So
he's been saying that since 2019. He says there's going to be community programming in 2019.
The village will be able to benefit as soon as we have the grand opening. But with regard to the school itself, which is the main purpose for why we have those properties in the first place, we're going to need a strong year to get everything lined up. Because you're talking about busing schedules, you're talking about the dietitian. There's a lot that got to go into that. We're going to need.
He doesn't even have a business plan. He doesn't even have finances to operate these buildings for a year. He doesn't have faculty or staff. The list goes on and on and on. It's ridiculous. He doesn't have an HR, right? He doesn't have a board of directors. It's just him.
A strong 12 months. So I'm hoping we can wrap this.
Yeah. He gave another date, even though he said he's not going to do it. He can't help himself because he's used to lying and to giving false dates over and over again. He's been doing this since 2010. It's 2026. He's been doing this for 16 years.
This thing up by August. I pray they don't drag us into another fall, because as I said, we've been done since February. That's the top of the year. That's the top.
Umar stated that they were done in August of 2023. He also said that the school was open on the Breakfast Club in 2024.
Top of the year, and here we are in the middle of the year, and we're still fighting to get an inspection. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that it's within the plans of the Almighty through the ancestors that this thing will come to a conclusion before the weather changes, because I would love to start getting ready. I'm ready to decorate. That's going to be the fun thing. I'm really looking forward to decorating and hanging.
Yeah, what's the point of decorating when you have mold remediation, extensive mold remediation that needs to take place? What's the point in decorating when you don't even have faculty or staff? You don't even have children enrolled. You don't have a business plan. You don't even have a website.
Up some pictures of Garvey and Douglas and other ancestors and bringing up.
Yeah. You're going to be signing. You're going to sign the pictures.
Plants in there, African artwork. That's going to be very therapeutic for me after what we faced these past 7 years. But once we get that certificate.
Hey, listen, it's not about you. You're supposed to open up a school for boys. It's not about you, Umar. Look at this guy. Well, that's crazy.
Get of occupancy, we could probably give you a date.
You gotta let us know the grand opening.
We're coming.
And
he just gave you guys dates. What are you talking about?
Absolutely.
We're gonna have the Dancer Project. We're gonna have Space of Solace outside. We're gonna have Fred Money with us.
Absolutely. And we do have a website under construction for the school.
Here he go.
It's funny because the struggle streamers, they keep stealing all the domain names, right? So all the FDMGs have been stolen, so we have to do.
Ain't nobody stole nothing. Cut it out. You should have had it and secured it, and simply, it ain't a lot of money to hold on to it. With $12 a year, but you can also get a reduce if you put it for 5 years, 10 years, whatever. You should have did that back in 2004 when you conceptualized this, you goofy.
Something else. So now I'm just telling people to follow me on my Instagram as well as my Patreon.
Yeah, he is Bob Booger. He's just ridiculous.
Dr. Umar. I have the Dr. Umar online book.
Yeah, it's about $15. You can find it cheaper than that too. But the thing is, you can secure it for 5 years or more, and just pay it. There's be a reduced price. You get it in bulk, like Umar paid child support. All right, you raise millions of dollars. You can't come up with $15 a year. It's just ridiculous.
Club right now, we're reading Race First, the organizational and ideological struggles of Marcus Garvey and the UNIA. So patreon.com.
Yeah, you're right, Third Court. Nobody could get an EDU but a school. You lying. Yeah, but the thing is, he don't have a school register, so he wouldn't qualify. That's another thing people don't realize. Umar doesn't even have anything registered as a school. I'm talking about like with the city. So there is no entity, FDMG, as a school where people the state recognizes it as a school, or even a school that's in the process of becoming a school, if that makes sense. But even still, he can come up with something. I mean, you can call it, I don't know, FDMGBando.com. Go do that. At least you have something. You know. There's some pictures up there with the dope things in the crowd. Let me stop. Let me not do that. Okay, we'll finish. We're at the end. Here we go.
/Dr. Umar, but you can join as a free member. And then on my Instagram, follow my Instagram, Dr. Umar Johnson. I got 1.2 million subscribers. It should be much more than that. And I'm only saying that, fellas, is because I've been stuck at 1.2 for almost 2 years, but yet I'll be getting like 50,000 new followers a day. So I'm like, how you get 50,000 new
50,000 a day? This guy, stop
followers a day? You're stuck at 1.2 million subscribers, and I get 30 million hits on my page a month.
Yeah, and you don't make a dime off of it. He doesn't understand how social media works. He's antiquated. He's not tech savvy whatsoever. Not at all.
Who gets 30 million visitors a month and only got 1 million subscribers?
Who gets 30? What are you talking about, Umar? Just because you get 32 million visitors doesn't mean you have 32 million subscribers. You got repeat subscribers or followers that come back and they look at, because you post all kind of shit throughout the day. I mean, you got so much shit up there. Who thinks like that? You know, if I get on this video, if I get 100,000 views, I should have 100,000 subscribers. Today, I got 400,000 views. I should have 400,000 subscribers. This is y'all's principle, okay? And the school is going to be state of the art. Okay, they're gonna have abakai for the kids. You know, they're gonna be playing, what do they call that? The jacks. Remember jacks? And back in the day, and hopscotch. No computers. Okay.
So I think Mark Zuckerberg is shrinking my numbers to try to misrepresent the true effect that I have in social media space.
The only guy that got some sense is the brother down in the corner, Paco. Look at him. He like, this guy. Hey, he only, he on no sé, porque amigo, puto. Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. All right. Wow. This has been something to behold. Thank you guys for tuning on in. Real quick, Gazo Prince says, I take my apology. Yeah, I take my apology back because it's just too much. It's too much. And we didn't even watch the whole thing. We didn't watch the whole thing. So they was probably glazing him throughout. Okay. Just glaze, you know, Diddy. No Diddy. Thanks, Gazo Prince. What in the world? Oh, I get it. It's this website that sent. All right. Okay. Okay. TJ says the silence was definitely quick. Yeah. There's some awkward moments in this whole thing. You know, it's really awkward. I think everyone was kind of like feeling a certain type of way, including Umar towards the end. That's why he starts sweating. Okay, thanks, TJ. Joshua became a member again. Thanks so much, Joshua. User Device says no date for FDMG, no date with the doctor either. Yeah. Umar, a lot of people think that date with the doctor was a recent thing. No, that's from many years ago. Anyone who's been around for a long time, he actually brought that up many years ago. It's just it resurfaced last year and people were talking about it. Yeah, Umar, he was trying to get money by any means necessary. And then YouTube Vital says, notice he ain't seeing his fans after the I think what you're saying, the gym inspector, is that what you're saying? The JM inspector. Yeah, he sent his fans against his daughter. He sent his fans, he's weaponized them against his critics, including myself. But Umar stated that the electricians stole from the school and they were scamming him, and that the general contractor was scamming him, and that the plumber scammed him, and that the HVAC technician scammed him. Okay, well, why didn't Umar tell his fans to go and confront them? He told his fans to confront his baby mama. See? Good point. Thank you, Javon. And then Baba Diddy says Umar probably changes the dates to make money on Polymar. Okay. I'm gonna tell you, and then we're gonna be done. We're gonna be here for like 2 more minutes. The reason why there's two main reasons why. Two main reasons why Umar Johnson changes the date is because it gives the illusion of progress It makes people think that it's imminent, that the school is going to open. Okay? Soon, I should say it that way. So there's more than two reasons, but that's the main reason, number one. And then the secondarily, if he gives dates, by getting people excited, they're more inclined to do what? To donate. And historically speaking, that's what has taken place. Consistently. He gives dates, grand opening dates, or he'll paint the side of a wall and people get excited. They send him money. So it's all manipulation on Umar Johnson's part. He's been doing this for such a long time. I mean, he's doing it now in 2026. We're walking through these trap banners acting like renovations are completed. All right. Thank you, Baba Diddy. No Diddy. Always got to say that. Quiet Cipher became a new member. Thank you so much. User25 says the FDMG.com domain is literally for sale. Yeah, it is for sale right now. I think it's like 9,000 something. You know, if it was like 900, I might buy it. You know, but I ain't gonna spend no 9K on no, well, you know. But see, if Umar was serious, he's raised millions of dollars. Why didn't he just drop that 9K? All he got it. Well, see, let me not give him any ideas, but that's no big deal. If you raising millions, what's 9K to $1 million? Or he should be at around 3 million by now. But let's say I think it was in 2022, he put on his IRS filings that he raised $200,000, something to that effect. Okay, well, you can't take 9K to secure this domain name, FDMG.com. I think it was 2022. 2022. It might have been 2023. By the way, it hasn't come up for 2025. At least the last time I checked his tax filings. It's possible that he didn't even file this year because he doesn't want people to know what the financials are, because he's done this in the past. For 2000, yeah, he's done this in the past. He'll backlog his donations because he doesn't want people. But then 1 year he won't file at all. But you get 3 years. If it's 3 years, 3 successive years, they'll revoke your nonprofit. But Umar, he'll wait a year. He's done this in the past, and then he'll file, and then he'll backlog it. But that gives a gap so that people don't know what's going on with the financials for at least another year. So he may have done that with the last filings. He may have filed those too, and it just hasn't come up. But who knows with this guy? There's no transparency. All that information should be on the website too. If he had one, all that should be on the website. Okay. Thank you, Juju5. And then Gospel the Princess says, lying on them ancestors, God, and everybody he can think of. Yeah, consistently over the years, Umar Johnson has blamed everyone. Let's put together a quick list. I'm going to give you guys 5, right? And then we'll be up out of here. Umar Johnson has blamed the Archdiocese of Chicago. Umar Johnson has blamed God. Umar Johnson has blamed his donors. Umar Johnson has blamed his critics, including the Cookie Crush chat. Umar Johnson has blamed the white lawyer who sabotaged him, because the white lawyer who was recommended to him by a black lawyer didn't tell him that he needed to have his tax exempt status in place before he purchased these trap bandos. And because he didn't have it in place, there were taxes that accrue upwards to $167,000, something to that effect. And that's all wasted money that would not have had to be paid out by his donors if he had simply had his paperwork in order. Okay, so that's 5 right there, and the list goes on and on and on. If we put together the list, I mean, it would probably be over 50, right? Okay, thanks, God's little princess. And then Radio R for Ramen said, didn't we talk about this, that Umar is a social media clown? Yeah, the thing is that anyone, if you're on social media, and yeah, he is a clown. Like, that's how, especially the younger people, he tries to frame it like they look up to him. That's not it. The younger people, when they get on social media, they're looking for something to laugh about. Oftentimes, I mean, my daughter, she'd be sending me pictures, and it'd be of a cat with the eyes that look straight forward like this, as like it looks like human eyes. You know, or it'd be a dog that's eyes are like right here, and I'll say that's AI, and she says no, it's real, and she's just like trolling me. She does this all the time, but they're looking for stuff to laugh about, and sometimes I laugh because it's the way it looks is ridiculous. Sometimes they'll be sending me stuff and it looks kind of creepy. Like, why is this dog got a leg on his back? You know, because but she sends me stuff like that. So a lot of times these younger people, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for entertainment, they're looking for something to laugh about. And Umar fits the bill. Even for us, there's a part of this that is entertaining because Umar, he's a social media clown. The difference is that in Umar's mind, he perceives his minstrelsy as being reflective of people taking interest in him because he's some sort of great black leader. But that's not the case at all. That's not the case. He lives in an alternate reality, and it's totally delusional for him to think like that. But he thinks like that. Now, I'm going to say one last thing, that if you have 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers on any platform, and you're not making a dime off of that, you're a struggle streamer. The sheer volume of individuals who are following Umar on Instagram should translate somehow to monetary gain, because that's the nature of social media. But Umar can't even do that because he doesn't understand how social media works, and he's not tech savvy. And it's not that deep either, the tech part. It's not that deep. See? And Umar can't get on and be on for hours and keep people interested either. It's a certain skill set that you have to develop, where people, they'll sit there for an hour. Like, you guys, we hang out. We have a good time. I have a good time. But if you watch Umar's Black Parent teleconference, that shit, is anyone having a good time? Umar sitting in his mama closet looking funky, greased face all greasy, looking like he just rolled out of bed or off the floor because he got a little play on mama closet on a cardboard box, and he got the same clothes on he had from the day before, and he's look all upset and look, bummy. Don't nobody want to see that unless you're a social media clown. But see, if Umar was on the up and up and he understood how social media worked and he has some level of tech, he's just not tech savvy. He should be able to convert some of that $1.2 million into money that would come in, a significant amount of money that would come in that would fund this project easily. If he took 4 years of monetizing properly, he would have enough to open up something. He's already had enough, but I'm saying he wouldn't have to do all this scamming and scheming and shucking and jiving. He wouldn't have to do all that. But it goes to show you that Umar Johnson's, his social media presence, it's not about providing content that people want to engage in. It's not about providing content that's entertaining enough to keep an audience. It's not about monetizing, which he should have done a long time ago. It's about him being a social media clown and him getting any type of attention that he can get. That's why he's always posting on his Instagram page. Sometimes this guy, he'll post 12 things, 12 different things, and it's sometimes unrelated to people. Yeah, there might be some people. See, so I've seen some of this stuff. He'll post, when he posts about FDMG, when he's begging for money, it'll be about 64 people like it. Out of 1.2 million, because the people, they don't want to hear all that. They want you to act a fool, talk about snow bunny crisis, and then that's what they engage in. But you ain't making a dime off of that? That's crazy. Anyway, I can go on and on. Thank you, Rated R, for Robin. All right, and then Estevada says, the FDMG opening groundhog always sees its shadow. That's right. Every single time. I used to love that movie. That was a movie with, I can't remember his name right now. He used to be on SNL, I think, a long time ago. It was Groundhog Day. And that was a really good movie back then. I used to love that. Okay, thank you, Estevades, Senor. I appreciate the super chat. Everyone else, too, thanks for all the super chats. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you haven't hit that like button and you enjoyed the show, go on and hit that like button. I won't be live streaming tomorrow. I don't plan on live streaming over the weekend unless something crazy happens. And then next week, I'm going to plan for a marathon for the 4th of July. So if you guys got time, we can get together. We can hang out. And yeah, Bill Murray is the guy. Yeah. We'll get together and have a marathon next week or maybe even 2. Okay. All right. And thanks to the mods too for handling business. I appreciate each and every one of you, and shout out to everyone inside the Cook Chat. And as we always do. Oh, that's not it. Here we go.
With my message. Thank you, Sister Avanti. $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20. But thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
All right, Black Mario, next time, make it 20. Scammer Visions is the album. Download Records is the record label. Record label. I did the video editing.
I appreciate that $10 donation.
Check. Oh, yeah.
I really do. But next time, make it 20.
Next time, make it 20.
She came up smiling after the program was through. Said, brother, here's $10, I'm supporting you.
Thanks, James. Afro
I looked at the queen and I nodded my head. Said, thank you, sister. Then this
yeah, we had a good time. Shout out to Coco.
Next time, make it 20.
Times are hard, I understand. Everybody doing the best they can, but dreams this big take more than hope. Trying to build, not barely cope. Everybody saying, not fisking flat
I ain't never heard that
tires.
one. Shout out to Missy on that one.
Water ISIS. We building institutions, family. We not fisking flat tires. We not selling water ISIS.
Yeah.
We building institutions, family.
Peace.
Next time make it 20. If the blessings come your way, I appreciate the 10.
Thank you for
But
tuning in.
here's
Enjoy
what
your
I
evening.
gotta say.
What's up, Key-Lock? What's up,
Next time
Forte?
make it 20.
You really like
Let the whole
I might.
congregation
Yeah, I might do that. Yeah. We did last year, me and my son. We had a good time. Yeah,
We
thanks for
building
Key-Lock.
institutions, family.
Appreciate you for tuning in as always. There goes the Umar the Persian. He's going for the Persian. That was funny.
People asking questions every single day.
Yeah.
How you gonna build it? How you gonna pay?
How you gonna pay?
I say one donation, one dream at a time.
Thanks, Deshaun. Happy you had fun.
Everybody pitching in to help us climb. This ain't about
I like this
quick
part.
fixes. This ain't about
What's up,
little
Akilo?
gimmicks. Trying to leave something standing tall for the next generation and all.
Name Uncle Nancy.
We not
What?
fisking flat tires.
Yeah, we not
We not
fixing flat
selling
tires.
water
Thanks, Leslie.
ISIS.
Leslie for the kind words. I appreciate it.
Institutions, family.
All right, Sonia, we'll see you.
We not fisking flat tires. We not selling water ISIS.
Thanks,
We
Gabby,
building
Gabby.
institutions, family.
Yeah.
Next time make it 20. If the blessings come your way, I appreciate
Yeah, all women
the
look
10.
good. All
But
of them look
here's
good.
what I
brother.
gotta say. Next time make it 20.
All of them.
Let the whole congregation see.
Yeah, ain't nothing like a woman. Ain't nothing like a woman. Oh, here we go. Here we
We
go.
building institutions, family.
Okay.
Institution builders.
Yeah.
Institution builders. Yeah. What we doing? Building institutions, family. What we not doing? We not fisking flat tires. What else? Ooh. We not selling water ISIS. One more time. One more time. We doing it. We building institutions, family. Now everybody clap your hands. Left side sing. We not fisking flat tires.
Yeah, he's playing Brother Jose too.
Right
He sure did.
Everybody together. We building institutions.
What we not doing? Yeah.
Next time make it 20. When prosperity comes through, I appreciate the 10.
1, 2, 3.
And I appreciate you.
All right, all right.
Next time make it 20.
Yeah, that's right, Carlton. Next time, gamble 20. Oh, what's up, Derek? Yeah, it'll be archived. Yeah, shout out to the OKC. Yeah.
Doing it all the way.
Yeah.
We not fisking flat tires. We not selling water ISIS.
Hey, how you doing?
We building institutions, family.
Good Garvey night.
We not fisking flat tires. We not selling water
Yeah, remind me
ISIS.
next week. I'll pull it up.
We building
You guys gotta remind me, though. I'll
institutions,
forget.
family.
Yeah, Bill Murray. Yeah.
Next time.
I can't sing.
Make
Stop.
it
Me. Nope, can't do it.
20.
I need some sleep. That's the problem. All right. Thanks, Black Mara, for this masterpiece. Okay. All right, everyone, please enjoy the rest of your evening, or if you're over in the UK, enjoy your day. Have a cuppa, as they say. I think that's how they say it, cuppa, something like that. And I'll be back next week unless something else happens that's crazy. Okay, thank you guys again for tuning on in. Shout out to the mods, shout out to everyone in the Cooker chat. Also, as always, thank you guys for your support. People who sent in super chats or super stickers, thank you guys. I appreciate it. If you hit that like button, thank you as well. Okay, I do not take it for granted, and I'm blessed. Okay, we all blessed. Okay, love y'all. Take care. Peace.